That goal, they managed to finish and upgrade their rapid boots, the swift boots. It's all in the bag, and there's another kill.
Oh no, Vexana coming in as well to kill, but unfortunately Sing with the Diggy. As we mentioned earlier on, you have to know when Diggy pops out his ulti, save his teammates from time to time. But then this is one of the cases that it fails. It does not work really well at the end. If Bigatron wants to succeed, they need Diggy to time his ulti really, really well.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And they were kind of outnumbered in that sense, because there's just no way that the could actually go up against them as well. Vexana just have to just pick up kills after kills, but this WPXC getting caught out here.
Dominus coming in as well, killing off Martis and maybe wanting to fight more. The turret drops to the ground as the rest of Bigatron, they are in trouble. They will try to fight this and try to save their tier 2 turret from the bottom lane. Unfortunately, it will get wrecked as the deadliest chat comes in hand. It looks like Vexana gets another kill onto Team Bigatron, and oh, this is looking too bad.
Mystic Burden is just playing to their strengths right now. They know that they need to rely on that early game. They bagged it all, getting 5 kills to none. They also brought 2 turrets to the ground for a bot lane and 1 in the mid lane right now.
3 already, my goodness. This is early. It's only 4 minutes in the game and 3 turrets are down. Meanwhile, a nice ultimate coming in from Minotaur here as Martis ends the life of Vexana. Here comes more. Bigatron will punish Mystic Burden, the mythical burden they claim to say in their taunt video, and they will get 3 kills for that turret.
My oh my, I think when we talk about the taunt video, I think Mystic Burden is slowly trying to make them cry here, but Bigatron SG bites back, getting 3 kills in the back. You can see the Gushon is slowly getting his concentrated energy. By the time that he gets it, he should have a little bit more of that power spike that he desperately needs. WQXC get a little bit more goal with that river crab that he just sealed. And over in the mid lane, I think that Bane would be able to fare pretty well, but Sana is trying to pick him off here. A little bit of help from Diggy.
At the same time, Sana with the Gushon is trying to harass this part, but the deadliest catch comes in with the Ring Wipe perhaps, and no, it will be saved with the Diggy's ulti. Initiated by Mystic Burden. Can Bigatron SG try to steal this turtle? I'm afraid not. There's a lot of damage coming in.
It looks like the rest of Bigatron is nowhere to be seen. They're not even near to the river. So I think that they're just trying to play it safe. They try to get all these items up. And over on the top lane, I think they're just waiting for Claude to come online. And once he does, he's just going to fire it up. He's going to melt even tanks right in front of his face. So for Bigatron, all they need to do is stall it until perhaps 13-minute mark, then they should have a better result. But Mystic Burden is looking for something up here.
And they want to find members. Looks like 2 members of Bigatron will be killed off instantly from Team Mystic Burden. A very nice tower dive as well, not just forgetting, because 4 members there, they can just tank some damage from the turret itself, and they will push on. This is the early to mid game I like to see from Mystic Burden. They are very aggressive. They don't care about turrets, and they are doing it right.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And looks like Mr. V is just trying his best to keep them alive. This is 1 kill over onto the side of Helgen, and they're looking for more. This is going to be a Minotaur being chopped up right there.
It's 6 minutes and 38 seconds. It seems like Bigatron, they have a lot of loopholes in their defense, and they want to go more. Claude managed to get the Vexana over here as Martis will decimate down Vexana, the rest of the members here, and now they go in for the kill. Bigatron SG will punish slowly but slowly in hand onto Mystic Burden, leaving only Zorn and Kuja left alive. They're just gonna run out. They're done their damage already. It's okay. Let's just back out, because we don't want to continue this losing fight.
Yeah, and I feel like Mystic Burden kind of pull it too hastily. Like, yeah, they don't have the minutes. They rush right in. Now they've given the advantage for Bigatron to push into mid lane. They've also killed all these members from that previous fight as well, giving them that opportunity that they need to come back to the game.
I love this top fight here. It's going to be a one-on-one situation. Unfortunately, all war is not fair. There is That's a 2-1 situation. Oh man, LY4, we had to spoil the party. I want to see that Gushen going against Bin. Who do you think will win that time during that fight?
Oh, Gushen against Bane. I still think that the Gushen should be able to take the kill by himself, but Bane is pretty
quite tanky, I think.
Yeah.
Let's just see the itemization here. You see that Bane, unfortunately for him, he's not going to go with the defense items first. He's going to go with full damage.
Too easy for Jeps, almost getting caught out right there. Mr. V just going out with his ultimate being popped, and that's going to be some action over the mid lane as well.
The mid lane, they are just trying to start something in hand. And Zorn managed to go with the Way of the Dragon and Jinkudo, Wacha-chow. But then this is where the ultimate comes into play for Diggy. And now, Bigatron SG, they won blood. Unfortunately, they will lose Martis in this hand. Where's the 4-hour? Double kill comes in with a triple kill. Skibbity papa, make it a 4 kill. Unfortunately, Hylos has to be there to spoil the party of Dominus. And oh my, holy moly, mamma mia, this Hellcat is on fire.
Yes, he is, and looks like there's only one member left from the side of Bigatron, and they are looking to close this game out as early as they can. They have the minutes, and what can Sana do? The ult Bane popped out from the side of Bane, and he's just going to try his best, but they are all low. They have to run for their life, but Dominus trying to backdoor. Oh no.
This sneaky, biggy little fellow will get shut down finally by Claude. But at the same time, look at how much damage Mystic Burden has done to the base of Bigatron SG. They only have 3 more turrets alive.
Been destroyed.
Make that 2.
Make it 2 already, okay.
Just as you say it.
I jinx stuff.
Well,
really fast.
There is the Lord for the side of Bigatron now. Maybe this might be the recipe for success, but look at Cho. He's ready to pull off something right here. Can he be able to steal it? Well, let's have a look at this. WKXD trying to zone him away. Now the Lord is dropping low, and now Ku just coming in from as
no, here comes WQXD, very, very low as well. He's trying to tank for the Lord initially, but then with Vexana stealing off that from Bigatron SG. Bigatron SG is in the soup of trouble because Mystic Burden, they are headhunting the remainder of the heroes. Dominus wants blood. Yes, he does get down to this little health. No thanks to Claude, but then they only have 2 more members alive, and another turret, another one falls down. This is tough.
I think this will be game 1 in the hands of Mystic Burden coming in strong. And look at how they pulled it off so well with the early game focus. Hellcat getting so fat, and my, I didn't think that they would have done it so quickly. And KBC, I'm lost for words here.
Let me help you to paraphrase that. It was 10 minutes only. If that 10 seconds was going, we can just say it's 10 minutes, wrap it up, tap out, and then just go back home. But then we had to give credits to Dominus 7-3-10, the MVP of Mystic Burden, and Bigatron SG. They wanted to delay the game, but was so caught off guard by Team Mystic Burden. Yes, they played really well at the fights where, Diggy was using the ultimate from coming in time, but then the follow-up wasn't there. And then after that, Hellcat was just storming the front. 1 kill, another one, 3 kills in that. I think High Loss just spoiled the party from there.
Let's have a look in some of these replays here. Mr. V pull off a really sick knock-up here, which give BTR that advantage in this team fight. So they came back from that previous round, but they missed out Zorn. And this is another fight that was initiated from the side of Mystic Burden, just clearing them off under their own tower.
And this is where the damage has been, started off already too much to handle. Bigatron can actually just stop. This is actually, some like a consolation prize. Now this is where I want to talk about this. Let's see. Zorn comes in. Yes, the DG ultimate pops out, which is good. But where's the follow-up? The follow-up wasn't there.
Exactly.
Minotaur's Fury was out as well, the ultimate, but nothing much.
I felt like Bigatron SG, they should commit. They look really confused, like whether should they commit to the fight or should they all back away, because half of them have already backed up, and that gave MCB the lead to push into the mid lane. Now, this is where the tides have turned. Bigatron SG lost that Lord to the hands of Mystic Burden, and immediately they rushed in to pick up some kills and end the game.
They don't even need Lord, literally. It's just like, you know what, let me just kill Lord because I want to deny you from that. At the same time, I have to give credits to Bigatron at one end because they started out their engine a little bit slow, but they catch up. You see that the battle was actually pretty good. It's just that there wasn't any follow-up, and they wanted to go for Lord after trying to defend their base at the top side. But the Lord as well getting stolen, getting denied, and it was really tough for Bigatron to solo.
Yes, I definitely think that it was the right call to do Lord, but unfortunately, it didn't went well. So, well, we're going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll bring you Game 2. And, of course, all these games here for MPL is brought to you by EGG Network and Moten.
The thought of vengeance burns me. Death is quiet and pleasant. Death is quiet.
You have slain unstoppable! You have slain. You have slain.
Spear of destiny hit me. I long for peace in the heart.
Killing spree. You have slain an enemy. You have slain an enemy has been slain. Shut down. An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Hero Spotlight where we introduce the latest heroes of Mobile Legends. This week we are releasing the infamous Lord of Thieves, Cloud, and his simian sidekick, Dexter. As the Land of Dawn's King of Thieves, Cloud is a mischievous and sneaky fellow who can steal practically anything. In fact, with the help of his trusty sidekick Dexter, Cloud has never failed a job. After going to great lengths to acquire Mr. Rooney's mysterious device, Cloud made quite a few enemies and has no choice but to join the battlefield. As the Lord of Thieves, Cloud is ridiculously difficult for enemies to catch. In the off chance that Cloud and Dexter find themselves caught in the tight scuffle, they are able to unleash a devastating barrage of gunfire upon enemies to make a great escape. For his first skill, Cloud robs his enemies of movement and attack speed within a fan-shaped area, dealing physical damage in the process. If the crowd control of this skill wasn't enough, Cloud gains a certain amount of the movement and attack speed he robbed from enemy units, although the precise amount depends on the number of enemy units affected. Cloud can get a higher buff if he steals movement and attack speed from enemy heroes, so keep that in mind. Using this skill, Cloud can ensure that he can move freely while hindering his enemies, thus creating a safer environment for him to eliminate enemies. As for his second skill, Cloud uses Mr. Rooney's device to summon a mirror image of Dexter, which auto-attacks enemy units. Activating the skill again allows Cloud to instantly
Welcome back everyone to the Mobile Legends Professional League Season 2 of MYSG right here. We just finished our game, which is the first game actually, which is against Mystic Burden going against Bagikan SG. Mystic Burden taking a very fast game ahead. Of course, the MPL's game ahead. Of course, the MPL is brought to you by EGG and of course Moonton.
Yeah, and looking into the game here, Mystic Burden, they knew that they have to pull their cards right. They want to get every single win condition right when they pull off they pick all these really early game heroes into play, and they pulled it off so magnificently.
Yep.
And from the side of Bigatron, I think that they have the right idea,
Correct.
but the execution would need a little bit more working. What do you expect coming into game 2? I think that Bigatron have the right idea.
Yes.
Coming into play, just that it's just slightly messy when it comes to team fights.
I feel like Bigatron SG has their momentum. They know what they're gonna do. The only downside about this is they kind of get off guard. They get phased by Mystic Burden's playstyle. If you notice that Mystic Burden playstyle, they have a lot of different rotations. They have 4 members in one go. Tower diving. Sometimes they have 3 members or maybe 2 members going in as well. And like I said, we're having Bane. You're having Hellcut. You have so many of this pushing power that the turrets just falls off easily. Bigatron's SG game plan was to at least extend the time until Claude can get really, really well farmed. And you did see, Claude was already in 9 to 10 minutes. He was actually very strong already.
Yeah.
He took down Hellcut like really, really fast. It was like burning him down to the ground, but then Hellcut managed to walk away safely. At the same time, Claude, he is also very vulnerable. He's going to get melted down by Mystic Burden, and this is like literally what we kind of expect, because you need to give them the time length. But then Mystic Burden, on the other hand, you say, you know what? We're not going to give you the time. We're just going to finish you off, sweep you off your feet.
They're just hammering them down
in 10 minutes.
Yes, in 10 minutes. And you can see that they're really, really focused onto getting objectives such as towers. They pick up a lot of kills, of
Correct.
course, by diving in. And I think they timed it well. They did a lot of wave management. You see, what separates from casual players and the pros is that they calculate everything to the detail. How fast does it take for my next minions to arrive?
Yeah.
So that I can set up that tower dive.
Correct.
And they did every right condition.
Yes.
They managed to take turtles, towers, kills.
I think 2 turtles, total turtles.
Yes, that's 2 turtles. And I think that Bigatron SG were forced to take the Lord, because even if they leave the Lord to Mystic Burden,
Yeah.
they will eventually lose out the game because
Yes.
they've lost too much towers.
Yes.
And that was the right play. Just that they
couldn't secure it,
Yeah, they couldn't
unfortunately.
secure it. Vexana, though, stealing that in that last second and eventually having some of these members from Bigatron SG take it down. That was game 1 over on the hands of Mystic Bird. Now, game 2. What do you think needs to be removed? I think Hellcat needs to be removed still.
I feel that perhaps just taking off Hellcut in the ban pace instead, and maybe they can just release Hayabusa in one hand. I think Hayabusa, he still can do a lot of damage, but not as much as initiating fights. Hayabusa is more like the finisher rather than playmaking the situation. You can see that
Yes.
Hellcat was doing on point. The teammates were already there to follow up for that.
You can see every time he opens the Dark Knight
Correct.
Falls, he possibly could get 1 or 2 members already.
At least
that
one.
Was really
At least
scary.
one. Yep. And speaking of which, the previous game, I feel like Team Bigatron, they had the upper advantage of team fights. Don't get me wrong. I feel like Mystic Burden, they have the fights also in their own team wars, but
Just that they snowballed really hard.
yes, correct. And Mystic Burden was more towards pushing turrets. They are more towards objectives, but Bigatron is more to team fights. So perhaps, just perhaps, they can find a better composition in terms of hero drafting for the team fights. If they were to win team fights again, alongside with a team that is so heavily dependent onto pushing turrets and towers, I feel like the team fights will, no matter what, will win this, because once you destroy it, will to win team fights, it will lead up to many other windows of opportunities. It's just that perhaps you may need to sacrifice tier 1 turrets and stuff, but it's just tier 1 turrets. You will eventually just break down as well from there.
Exactly, and we will head straight into the drafts between Bigatron SG versus Mystic Burden. Now, we're gonna have our first ban. A little bit more predictions here. We see Grout being removed.
Correct. Selena.
I think that maybe they can try to remove more.
There's your prediction.
There we go. We talked about
Yeah.
Hellcat a lot. That's gonna be undoubtedly removed from the game. So we still have Selena.
Yeah.
We still have Hayabusa. And that's gonna be a Grout
Your
ban coming
team
true.
is
Yes, the Grog ban is again one of the standard bans. Hellcat, he has to be out already, like you predicted in early rounds. I feel like Selena could be. Selena is still open. Perhaps they can force Mystic Burden to ban Selena. They don't need it right now because they are in the blue side. They will get first pick. They will ban out Hayabusa, so
The enemy
Mystic Burden
is
is their
banned.
choice. Whether they want to ban out Selena or perhaps another hero in mind. We have Jawhead if, let's say, Selena get banned. Bigatron can run with draw hit. They are very good with draw hit as well. Who else they can have? Any other suggestions?
We do see some off the wall bans sometimes just to open up more
Your
options.
team is
And
picking.
Minotaur has been highly contested in these past games that we saw from other teams as well.
Minotaur as well. Okay.
Yeah,
good.
so we see back then they love to play Kaya, but this is gonna be Jahid immediately getting
Correct.
locked in from the side of Bigatron. I love it. So far, you can initiate fights with him.
Correct.
Still dishing out damage as well as soaking enough for the team.
Correct.
And you can also potentially save your teammates by
Your
tossing them
team is picking.
back.
With the eject
Yeah.
skill, if I'm not mistaken. And it seems that Mystic Burden will kind of follow up some paper plays by BTR. They're going to go in with Cloud and Chow. I love this situation, you know, like you said again, Chow can come in, he can initiate fights, he can bring the battle into their area, they can even disengage if he needs to, and Cloud is there to kind of combo-wombo everything in this angle. Looks like Bigatron, they are going to hover into, double tanks instead, just making the primary tank and the secondary tank. It will be Minotaur and Kaya.
Now, if you look into this whole lineup here,
Yep.
Bigatron, it tells you tank, and tank. So they will need all these big items to come online.
Correct.
But once they come online, none of these members from the side of Mystic Burden, such as the likes of Cho, will matter at all, because if you go in with either Gushin or Cho, that Kaya's gonna lock you down with the Divine Judgment and pull you in to the rest of them. So that's gonna be the last two picks for the side of Bigatron. What do you think that they will go for? I think that they're pretty good with Harley. Maybe they should go for the Harley pick.
If you want to go early game, yes, maybe perhaps Harley or maybe Vexana. Again, we did see her being very dominant in the game as well. At the same time, they can punish that late game by playing the late game. They can go with another marksman if they want to. I feel like Bigatron, looks like Hardy, like you mentioned from there, the mage setup. So they're going to play to early to mid game. They want to get as much damage, and it looks like they're going to hover onto Kagura. It will be Kagura and perhaps Fanny. This is very interesting. I like to see the split push coming in from Bigatron. Meanwhile, at the Mystic Burden side, we did see that Bane and of course our dear friend Gushin, and looks like that was a little bit of scare. I thought Tigreal was going to get chosen.
I think they're just trying to troll us for a little while, but
Lolita is okay. I did not see her much in the current meta, although she's very, very influential in the Southeast Asia Cup. But it's going to be Akai. Akai, very standard tank, very good tank. If you use him at the right time, Hurricane Dancers come. If you use him at the right time, Hurricane Dancers comes in. Disengage, engage teams and fight like nothing from there.
Yeah, and you can see that there's a lot of physical damage coming from the side of Mystic Burden. You still have, of course, Gushin to deal with the magic as well. Sometimes I always forget, like, Assassins, most of them are physical, but yeah, you have a little bit of mixed damage coming from the side of Mystic Burden. So, game number 2. Things are looking pretty good for the side of Bigatron, as well as Mystic Burden's got their own game plan as well, but who's going to take the pick?
I was about to say you forgot about predictions.
It's really hard to say. I want to see game 3. So I'm going to give this to Bigatron.
I'm going to go with Bigatron as well. I feel like Bigatron, they can show that their early game is as dominant or more dominant than Mystic Burden in hand. I want to see this Kagura and Fanny, how much annoyance they got to fight in terms of team fight and split pushing. Let's go into game 2, ladies and gentlemen. Bigatron SG will move from the blue team, while Mystic Burden on the red team. And Kuntra, you see the turtle spawned at the bottom side. My most disliked spot.
Well,
I have no idea why.
I guess like a lot of people love to use this river on bottom side, so we might expect a lot more fights for this turtle. So just a big maybe.
I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Maybe because I did the theory. I say that maybe I like to play tank. I'm a tank player, so I normally go in the top lane to go tanks or maybe solo lanes with a tank. So perhaps I just like the turtle closer to me, so I can do some surveillance from time to time. So maybe that's my personal preference, but so it's okay. It's okay. Just for those who are outside with learning.
Yeah, and I like the Fanny pick. This whole composition tells you late game, but Zordon is jumping right into Sana. Really early in the game. I'm not exactly doing much damage, but that steel cables coming through, not gonna dish much for now.
You can see that Bigatron here trying to contest for the bottom lane. crab. Mystic Burden has 3 members there. They're gonna let Gushen just go in with Turtle. Turtle. There's the crab. They want to give him the extra gold in his bank account. At the same time, at the top lane, Mystic Burden is as well trying to go in for the crab. So it looks like they want to go for objectives. Mystic Burden's mindset is trying to get objectives as much as possible, but then try to delay the game to the late game status.
Yeah, and you can see that LY Fourier come just right in time, just to make sure that they secure that crab to the hands of Bigatron. And the Kagura will be very, very important in team fights.
Correct. Like I said, Bigatron, I think the team fight is superb. No questions asked. But before that, let's just see this action. Oh my goodness, the juke comes in, but Fanny finishing off Claude. The Lord of Thieves will go down quickly as he will respawn in another couple of seconds in the battlefield. That was a good one, even though with the clone, he's able to juke that out. But then, hey, Fanny was there. I think there was a flicker coming in, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it was a flicker being popped out as well, and she saw the opportunity. She immediately dived through the tower and had enough damage to take him down. Now, with those kills, she got her element up right now. She also purchased a boot. Ooh. It's going to be incredibly hard to catch her.
Wow, that was actually very close by Chow. Imagine Zon is like, hey, you know what? Way of the dragon, what and then that, Sana was like, oh my goodness, I got caught again by Chow. I don't like it.
That's going to be a bad setup for your teammates. Yeah. But that's a 2v1 over on top lane. Fanny's have a little bit of a challenge, but that's gonna work. They're all having their eyes on this turtle now.
Yeah, and it looks like turtle now. Yeah, and it looks like it's fine. Too easy for Jet V. Here will be the first fine. Too easy for Jet V. Here will be the first proxy here, and here comes the Hurricane Dance. He's gonna push away. Mr. V. But then the follow-up does not come in because the rest of the members will fall down. Bigatron SG will go in with the dominant blow. Eject comes in as a double kill comes out of play for Joyhit. This turtle, it's 4 Bigatrons taking.
That is huge news for the side of Bigatron, getting what they deserve. With those catches, they will immediately go in for a turtle, getting extra gold. Cho tried to push into the mid lane, but LY4 is just right there. Now, 4 kills, and a lot of it went to the Jawhead. So, giving all that to the frontliner, that is going to be really scary. Look, he purchased a lot of bad late here and over the top lane, another casualty.
Yeah, a little bit of consolation prize coming in from Mystic Burden. I'm not sure what. I think Fanny was caught off guard there. I think there was 3 members in hand. But at the same time, like you said, Joyhit, he's been playing onto his strengths. He has his team to back him up. That makes him even deadlier in hand. At the same time, you can see that Mystic Burden continue to push on objectives wherever they could. And they are pressuring top lane. Fanny has to go in. She has to go hard right now. Unfortunately, they will just go in for the creep clear wave.
Now, looking into the itemizations, looks like Fanny is going to get a lot of daggers in hand. 4 daggers. Yeah. I think she's just going to stab people with those steel cables. But none of them have actually finished that core item. So.
Not mistaken, those are physical items instead of...
Divine Judgment coming through, and Mr. V just smacks them up in the air. He gets a kill for himself, but Zorn managed to escape. That's the nerve of hell.
That slither of health in there. We were talking about the itemization. I think Fanny wants to go in for more damage. That's why she get the green daggers instead. It looks like at the bottom lane, Mystic Burden will go in for the turret kill and the hero kill. But we have to talk about the mid lane. The mid lane was on point. The Minoran Fury was like, the range was so huge. That's the fun part of having Minotaur in your team. It gives a lot of versatility coming in.
And I love for the fact that the Divine Judgment coming from the Kaya caught it so perfectly, and that set up everything. Bigatron now pulling all the right cards. Now, I think that they're going in for the Winter Truncheon on that Gushen later on, as well as the concentrated energy. But too easy for Jepson now. Oh, there's more action over at the top side.
Here comes the action in the jungle of Bigatron SG. It looks like the rest of the members wants to start this fight. They want to take the fight in their own base, but then they will disengage. It's going to be a stalemate, maybe perhaps just to try to poke one another or reset the fight into the respective team's advantages.
And there is a turtle up for grabs as well if they want to go in for task for that. But this is going to be one kill over the top side as well. They managed to shut down that jaw hit. Really pesky. WQXD won't be alive for long.
And here comes the fight. The rest of the members of Bagikan SG wants to take control of this. They want to get revenge. They want to get revenge. They will get revenge onto the Lord of Thieves again for Jawhead. And it looks it's going to be a one-to-one trade. I feel like the Jawhead was at the wrong position. He could have just backed away from the jungle, but then he was caught by 3 members and he kind of lose his life for nothing. I just feel that was an unnecessary sacrifice.
Yeah, it's not really worthy of a trade, and there's not much to do up top. They've already got the tower, and now they are giving a lot of priority over onto the turtle, and that's going to be an endless battle for the side of WQXE, as well as the Blade of Despair in the hands of Kuja. Now, what can Bigatron do now? They've got a little bit of a big swing of gold coming in hand, but they're not exactly going for turtle yet. Do you think that they should have started the turtle immediately? But I think that this archive is going to get caught.
It's actually a lot. The turtle already expired.
I'm sorry.
No worries,
sorry.
no good. But I feel like in the early games, if you can get a lot in your favor, it helps a lot in terms of pushing the towers and giving more map control and knowledge to yourself. At the same time, it's going to be a risk because I feel like both teams at this moment, anyone can take or anyone can contest for a lot. It's just that can they secure it? That's the question.
But I think it's going to be really risky for the side of Mystic Burden because there's just so much AoE wobble combo coming from the side of Bigatron, and even if they initiate with the Archive, it's going to be very, very difficult.
Very difficult because you only have one, but there's no follow-up. It's just like again, Diggy, one and done. However, for Bigatron's SG, they got so many. They got Kaya, they got Jawhead, they got Minotaur. You have Kagura as well to slow down and stop them off. 4 against 1, I don't think this is a good fight for Mystic Burden, as you mentioned. Meanwhile, you can see that Bigatron, they are pushing behind enemy lines. They want to take down this turret.
They should be able to take down this turret with them. Easy peasy lemon squeezy out coming from the Bane, and that's the fight.
And here comes the team fight. Hurricane Dance is able to move everyone from Bigatron away from the back, but then Mystic Burden, they still are losing members from time to time. A nice mega kill come in for Minotaur, and then they want more blood. It looks like they're going to continue on pressuring on here before perhaps just disengaging away from the battlefield. It's more damage than done.
My oh my, that is a giant cow to deal with here. Mega kill onto the Minotaur. Mr. V, he might be the lower member, but this is going to be Zorn getting caught out.
Zorn, he's able to escape. He's a little bit tanky here, so he doesn't need to worry. But then, I don't think he should be able to come inside there. There's so many members of that. He wants to be brave, but I feel like the team needs to follow up. Meanwhile, at the top lane, I did not see that it was Fanny taking out Cloud for the one-on-one battle. And it seems like Sing, there's a lot of damage coming in.
Yeah, and they are trying to catch her out with the Gushon here, but he's a little bit late to the party. And I like for the fact that they didn't commit. This is going to be one more kill in the hands of Bigatron as Kaya takes down one more member from the side of Mystic Bird.
And maybe they want more. You can see that Mr. V is just charging out the Minoran Fury. He's just waiting for the right time. He's a little bit more before engaging in hand. Mystic Burden on the other way. They are just camping around it. They can't do much. They are feeling suffocated. Eject comes in for WQXD's Jawhead. And the Way of the Dragon with the Jeet Kune Do will come in over there, just countering the magic. But then Mr. V here to save the day. He is also known as the MVP. And it looks like they're just going to disengage. Nobody died in this fight.
Wow, the damage coming in from the Blazing Duet almost took down that Jawhead, but there's not enough follow-up to actually bring him down. This Fanny is still causing a lot of problems over the top side, and the mid lane is doing pressure as well. Bigatron SG playing it really safely and not trying to pull the wrong trigger here. Zorn is keeping up with the pressure here. A little bit of Wacha-Cha coming in from the Cho, but not much damage being churned out so far.
It's already 10 minutes down the game. This is perhaps Mystic Burden's liking because you already reached to perhaps the early mid-game session. You want to keep it as soon as possible in hand. But then they are losing turrets from time to time. They are just getting, just really push really badly. And here comes Mr. V. The ulti works in the favor, but then the follow-up isn't. They're going to walk back here. They're going to trade blows with one another. Looks like Bigatron somewhat did a mistake. And Claude, with his partner in crime, Dexter, just blazing duets left and right here, shouting down members. Gushan joins in the party as well with the kill, leaving only 2 Bigatron members left alive. This is Mystic Burden's window of opportunity to get Lord.
Oh, that was so perfectly played out from the side of Mystic Burden, and they thought that they could catch out one member from the side of Mystic Burden. Is almost falling low, but this is going to be challenged from the side of BTR, but that's not enough damage. But the Kagura will be able to take one down with him.
Oh, Kagura dying as well. Mystic Burden, my, you guys are very, very mischievous. They will not only take Kagura, but also the Lord, which was what Bigatron wanted to do in the game 1 scenario. Unfortunately, they didn't.
Yeah, and I think that it was really interesting to see all these fights happening. They are constantly trying to challenge each other. The Lord's gonna go up over the top lane here. Now, what can Bigatron do? I think that they should have enough resources to actually take down the Lord before it even reaches to the lane, but they will have to sacrifice the tower for that either ways, because mid lane is kind of falling really low. Zorn looking for a kill here.
And they have to sacrifice resources as well. They have to use their utilities, their skill sets. It's going to be in cooldown, and you have to see how Lord plays for Mystic Burden. You can see that the rest of the members are just clouding around Lord. They want to take down turrets from time to time. They're not going to do much split pushing in hand, although Arkai eventually get it, but then the wall just comes in. Kaya will be the first one to kill off one member of Mystic Burden. And it looks like Bigatron can get their defensive scheme right. And yes, they will. They managed to knock out Dominus before, just teleporting away. Mr. V comes in again here. Mystic Burden, they are finally caught in here. The bait as 4 members falls down to the hands of Bigatron SG. The Lord still stands strong, and unfortunately, they will get taken out already. But then more damage has been done. It was supposed to be Mystic Burden's game, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem that way.
Yes, and now looking at this is going to be getting taken down with Bane getting a mega kill. Now, it's interesting to see that he built Wings of the Apocalypse Queen instead of going for the traditional full damage build that we see really popular in solo queue. So looking into it, he has magic resistance as well, I think
he just bought the immortality as well.
Yeah, so he's going to be really, really safe. Now, that fight itself, that ejector from the Jawhead was so important. This is going to be one member caught out.
Oh, looks like Zorn. He's going to try to kick his up here with Mr. V, but then they don't have damage yet. And now I think it's going to get melted down by Mystic Burden. And yes, they will get the double kill onto Bane. And I like how the immortality comes into play, because it kind of gives that extra sustainability.
Yeah, it does. And also, looking at how they did everything, concentrated energy is really important for mages and such, but how Mystic Burden is slowly coming back into the game is really amazing. Look at this.
Oh no, Singh, he has to run away from trouble. He wants to start something up, but the rest of the members are just too separated. They are all in danger, but then you can see that Kuja getting baited in with the Divine Judgment Sana. Sana will pop out the immortality for Kuja, and now they'll just continue pushing on. Mystic Burden did their results already in hand.
Split pushing.
Oh no, look at this. The split push over here, and the rest of Mystic Burden will pay out. They know they got their objectives. They want to take down that turret tower, and they try not to lose enough members from here. It looks like Arkai will be the only member surviving. Oh no, it will be Gushan will be getting slain as well. BTR, Bigatron, they can now push this. They want to get that fight back.
They're holding it so strongly here over in the mid lane. They baited out some elements. The Arkai trying to pull some plays off, but it backfired so badly. Zorn coming in. Beautiful kick over onto Sana, but that's going to be Zorn getting focused down. That's Sana pulling one member from behind, and now this is getting focused down by LY4 as well. Beautiful yin-yang overture, and that's going to be Kagura picking up that kill. 3 members down, and that's going to be 4. Only Bane left alive, and Bigatron finally will be able to...
Oh no, look at Kuja, he's over there! He's getting jacked down by that jaw hit, and oh my, my, this is looking so good for Bagikan. They can just end this game. This is just checkmate already.
And they still just need a little bit more minutes here. Akai getting focused, but that's not enough damage to burst him down. The Panda still stays strong. Now, Bagikan has the option for the Lord, and this might just be the answer for game number 2.
We have 2 more members just gonna recover in the next 5 seconds. I think this lot is gonna be Team Bigotron's one. I don't think, definitely 100%.
It's melting like butter. And look, Blade of Despair on the hands of Jawhead. Oh my.
We do see some scenarios that Jawhead actually goes one-on-one with the Lord as well.
Yeah.
And now he's like pretty tanky. He's even having the wings of Apocalypse as well, like you said, just giving him a little bit of sustainability in hand. And of course the damage coming in for Blades of Despair and the rest of the items. Now, I want to see Mystic Burden defend this.
Yes.
This is very, very tough. It's an uphill battle, but then they can do it, I think.
Yeah, I hope they can, because time and time again we see that they pull off pretty good team fights. But Bigotron SG, they know what to do. When all these assassins jump right in, the Kaya is always there. And it's so and it's so difficult for them to catch out any of these members. It's impossible for you to catch the Fanny. It's almost impossible to actually go on LY4 as well.
Yeah.
But that Lord's gonna go down anyways.
I feel like the Lord is like, he should have bought Wings of Apocalypse or, anti-caress to increase his damage or his sustainability, but then perhaps, they want to deny this Lord as well from Mystic Burden. Mystic Burden also has the upper advantage. It seems like Bigotron just need to take down this turret and they will have all Lade's mega minions instantly. Zorn getting caught again by the Divine Judgment as Minion Fury comes in for Mr. V. The rest of members of Team Bigotron, they know that this is the opportunity they want to catch by. The Deadliest Catch did not deal that substantial damage coming in from Bigotron. As WQXD, he's a little bit of still a hell, but then look at this. Oh my goodness, Mystic Burden is just trying to defend the site from time to time. They lose up all of their Dust Tower. This is the last tower they're going to go in. And yes, they will lose out right now. This is Mystic Burden's game.
Oh, Sync is kind of dashing through, trying to take out some of these minutes here. And questionable element coming in from the bait, heading on to Mr. V, but that's not gonna hurt him at all. His flashing work, oh my goodness, beautiful element coming through that Minotaur, and Dominus is getting focused down from the side of Bigotron, and Sync is looking for a kill, but he's going to be turned around from the side of Dominus as well, and they are holding on to it.
Immortality just pops out onto Mr. V. Unfortunately, Gushen will slice and dice him down with the daggers, and the rest of Bigotron, I think they will need to go back. They don't need to push this anymore, because if they were to lose more members, they don't have enough members to defend the base. Zorn coming in at the right time over there, taking down Kagura, and of course Gushen with the help of Kaya in the play.
They have to back now, and it looks like they are trying to end the game. Can Bigotron do it? That's one member down, but that's WXC taking the win for Bigotron SG.
Wow! Even though they were losing the team fight at that very moment in the end, Bigotron SG, they have the balls, they have the guts to go in, and they risk it all in, because they know that if they were to lose this round, it's already over. It's over for them. They will go home getting clean swept down there below. But then the Jawhead and his remaining partner just slicing down the Nexus along to the blast bases.
Wow, look at Sana getting the MVP. I gotta say, B Kaya was clutch. 12 assists coming in, and you can see the damage scores are kind of balanced. Yeah, but with Kagura dishing out the most damage of all with 31% from the team. But from the side of MCB, however, it's Plot doing a lot of that dirty work alongside with Kuja. Kuja, we saw all the items. It was fairly interesting. He got the Immortal, he got the Wings of the Apocalypse, and even so, he got so many kills he couldn't translate. That to victory, and they were constantly pressured. And we can look from the first blood itself, by the Fanny, and all these team fighting that we talked about, the Minotaur. This is the teamwork that we want to see from the team defending champions.
Yes, indeed. And Mystic Burden actually climb up to the game even though they started off really shaky because of the Lord here comes in, they kind of change the tables a bit. At the same time, Bigatron, even though with lots of pressure, knowing that Mystic Burden can also clean them off out of the charts, they still maintain composure. They are able to win the round. And I have to give credit as well to Jawhead. Jawhead was playing really well. I feel like Jawhead was there to somewhat being in the front lines, just initiating attacks and just keep the momentum forward. When Jawhead gets a kill, the rest of the members comes to the kill. Kagura was there as well to get a kill. And of course, who cannot forget about Minotaur?
I love this play. And you can see that the ejector just threw him into the fight.
That was really funny as well. The last moments later onwards when we will see the highlights, I think Zorn as well, he knows that Team Bigatron is already weakened down. He just get more kills and try to sustain the damage. But then Jawhead came out with the partner. I'm not sure who was the other partner. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it Kaya? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm Kaya. And Jawhead and Kaya was there at the very end, just sweeping off the Nexus. Couldn't care less about them.
Yeah, and a lot of times we can see Bigatron as they go in and out.
Yes.
They weren't exactly too sure whether if they could close it out just yet. They want to make sure that the decision is perfect.
It was Fanny and Jawhead. So and you don't want to have Fanny and Jawhead as well. Both of them are having high damage items. They're just slicing down the Nexus really, really quickly from this angle.
Yes, and that final blade of despair possibly
just giving the extra punch,
give the punch right over onto Nexus. Of course, we gotta thank you guys for tuning in so far. We're going into Game 3 in just a bit. We're gonna take a short break and we will be back. And we gotta thank, of course, the people who make all this possible, Winston, as well as EGG Network.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Hero Spotlight where we introduce the latest heroes of Mobile Legends. This week we are releasing the infamous Lord of Thieves, Cloud, and his simian sidekick, Dexter. As the Land of Dawn's King of Thieves, Cloud is a mischievous and sneaky fellow who can steal practically anything. In fact, with the help of his trusty sidekick Dexter, Cloud has never failed a job. After going to great lengths to acquire Mr. Bruni's mysterious device, Cloud made quite a few enemies and has no choice but to join the battlefield. As the Lord of Thieves, Cloud is ridiculously difficult for enemies to catch. In the off chance that Cloud and Dexter find themselves caught in the tight scuffle, they are able to unleash a devastating barrage of gunfire upon enemies to make a great escape. For his first skill, Cloud robs his enemies of movement and attack speed within a fan-shaped area, dealing physical damage in the process. If the crowd control of this skill wasn't enough, Cloud gains a certain amount of the movement and attack speed he robbed from enemy units. Although the precise amount depends on the number of enemy units affected, Cloud can get a higher buff if he steals movement and attack speed from enemy heroes, so keep that in mind. Using this skill, Cloud can ensure that he can move freely while hindering his enemies, thus creating a safer environment for him to eliminate enemies. As for his second skill, Cloud uses Mr. Rooney's device to summon a mirror image of Dexter, which auto-attacks enemy units. Activating the skill again allows Cloud to instantly teleport to the mirror Dexter's location, indeed making Cloud quite difficult to catch. Dexter's mirror image deals physical damage and carries the effects of his basic attacks. This skill is highly flexible and is great for when Cloud wants to make an epic attack or a dashing retreat. Try using this skill to break into enemy lines, then activate Cloud's ultimate for a devastating attack. Using the skill, even if Cloud's ultimate is not ready, will also throw enemies off balance as he cuts in and out of the skirmish. Now for Cloud's ultimate. He and Dexter join together in an explosive 360-degree attack that deals continuous physical damage to at most 2 enemy units. This skill also carries the effects of basic attacks and gives Cloud a temporary shield. Any attack speed buffs will increase the hits of damage dealt. Using Cloud's ultimate with equipment items that buff the effects of basic attacks, such as Golden Staff, can result in massive damage against enemy units. Regarding the 2-target limitation, we highly recommend to only use Cloud's ultimate when there are only 2 enemy heroes nearby. for greater damage. Also, be sure to take advantage of the added shield to launch a deadly counterattack against enemies. Finally, for his passive, Cloud's partner in crime, Dexter, will help him attack, dealing bonus damage to Cloud's targets. Keep in mind, this passive carries the bonus effects of basic attacks. Therefore, we highly recommend Cloud to equip items that
And welcome back to the MPL Season 2, brought to you by HG Network as well as Moon here. My name is Contra, alongside with KBC Sensei. If you've just tuned in, this is going to be Game 3 between Mystic Burden versus Bagikan SG. Bagikan SG comeback swinging in that previous match. What do you think about it so far?
I feel like Bagikan SG found the clicking already in terms of team fights. They are much more confident to run with that early game to mid game meta alongside with Kagura. And we have to give credits to a lot of heroes in hand. Kaya was playing perfectly. Minotaur was having kills of his life as a tank. And Jawhead, Fanny coming in as well alongside with the rest of the members. Just synchronizing from time to time. But I feel like during that time at the moment, Mystic Burden had that 50-50. With Mystic Burden just killing off the Lord, and there were only 2 more turrets left in Bigatron's side.
Totally.
If they lose that war, I kind of feel like Mystic Burden could have clean sweep them from there. But hey, it's 1-1. We're gonna go for Game 3. Awesome.
Yeah, and looks like my prediction so far has been correct in terms of Game 3, but I don't know who's gonna take game number 3. But we will have to look through the drafts.
Yes.
When we talk about the drafts here, of course some things possibly could have changed, especially for the previous game. Maybe Mystic Burden needed something a little bit more solid in terms of getting some damage done, because they picked somewhat of a marksman-ish kind of a composition, which don't really fare that well against such a heavy frontline team such as Bigatron. So, do you expect Jawhead then, or I don't exactly think that it's necessary, but now Mystic Burden's gonna be on blue side, so
I feel like Jawhead is not so impactful comparing to Minotaur's one. Minotaur, I think, is really, really impactful. Maybe they can just kill, take Minotaur away or just ban him out. And I feel like there's not much of follow-up or support for Claude. Claude just comes in, he was just doing a lot of damage from time to time. But then there wasn't any CC, there wasn't any disable stuns coming in. So when using Blazing Duet, he was at the right point, but the problem is the rest of the members on the opposing side just run away.
Yeah.
The Blazing Duet couldn't do anything already. It's like literally a wasted ultimate coming in hand.
But I definitely gotta give credit to all these members from Bigatron SG getting that really important victory, but they need one more because they haven't won a match series so far, and they really have to prove that they're strong. And being the defending champions, there's a lot of pressure onto Bagikan SG. Now, we talked about the Claude being the new release, but we see the builds. It's the Demon Hunter Blade alongside with the Golden Staff, which can proc really easily. But like you said, no front line means he's not gonna burst down anyone.
Correct.
So
he needs somebody to kind of support them. He's, like marksmen, they really need someone. They need someone to, come up, initiate attack, sustain the damage. They need someone to, CC, stun them down, disable. So Cloud will be there to somewhat finish up the game. And if he couldn't finish up the heroes, that's where the assassin player comes in to kind of sweep them on the pitch. But then it will be the do or die match here. It will be Game 3. Mystic Burden back to the blue side, while dear friends from Singapore, Bigatron SG, will be on the red side. I want to see Bigatron just giving us this draft in this late and making it work. Because again, if Mystic Burden is going to go for the early game, they have to at least synchronize in one hand.
Yeah, and we can see time and time again, Bigatron SG is a very team fight focused team.
Yes.
So they will take out Minotaur. And your predictions are correct so far.
Yep.
They don't want to deal with the Helga just like round 1. So that is going to force them to ban out the Selena. So this is going to be really risky because Mystic Burden, they could go in for it if they don't ban it. So Bigatron kind of getting caught out in a rock in the hard place. But if they ban out Selena, that means Rock is left open.
And yes, they will ban out Selena as you predicted. So Jawhead is open for Mystic Burden. They can go for it, but at the same time, Bigatron, they can go with perhaps. Oh wait, Grog is still open. Grog is open.
Exactly.
Wow, I did not. Oh wow. Okay, so Grog is open. All right, sorry, did not see that coming. And now Bigatron can run with Jawhead, Chow, Bane, anyone comes in to play. But no, they won.
Your team
It's
is picking.
really interesting because so far for today, the win rate for Cloud is still sitting at 0% because
0%.
both teams have kind of lost with the
Yeah.
Cloud. But I wouldn't say that it's a hero problem or a player's problem because it's really dependent on how your team plays things out.
Correct.
So that's gonna be Jawhead as well for the side of Mystic Bird as well as Rafaela. Oh my word! They're bagging on all these tanks, and she will just keep them alive with all the healing.
I like this. I like this support.
Kinda
pick
scary.
coming in from Rafaela. The only downside is Rafaela is like a flip of a coin. At one part of the coin, or one side of the coin, she's very dominant. She just comes in, gives a lot of sustainability to not only one but multiple members. But at the same time, she can be just a bottom fragger coming in here with the members. Okay,
Oh,
it
is
looks
that
like- Ooh. Okay, wait, hold on. Lolita, Fanny. It seems like Fanny, they're gonna stick with it because it works really well for game 2. But at the same time, Lolita playing perhaps by Mr. V because he's normally the tanker and the tank support team player. It's gonna be interesting to see how Lolita brings this team fight into the table.
Yeah, and you can see that from the side of Bigatron, of course, it's slightly squishier as compared to what they have over here, and that's going to be his last carry pick here. Now, we've seen a lot of carries picked up by some other teams here, but what I like about this is because this is about protecting the carry.
Yes,
Yeah.
protecting not only the carry but the marksman. So now both
Yeah.
teams having the marksman on their own, they will try to kind of grow this marksman up, being the main savior of their team for this game 3. Ladies and gentlemen, I can only promise you that this perhaps will go into mid-game at the very least.
Yeah,
At the very
and
least, mid-game.
that Alice pick is rather a safe option, I would
good,
say.
yep.
I love the Alice pick, honestly, because time and time again, we see a lot of Singaporeans have
are very good
success
with it, yep.
with Alice, and Malaysians love their marksman a little bit more. Looking into this lineup, very good balance of damage coming from both teams. But the thing is, if Bigatron SG manage to cash out carry, they don't really have much damage, and all they have to rely on are those tanks.
And not only that, if Bigatron SG were to caught up with Rafaela as well, you only have 3 more members to carry the team. I feel like this is a huge, medium to huge risk for Mystic Burden, so I'm going to give the safer bet to Bigatron SG.
Yeah, but I think that Mystic Burden still has a lot of windows because
Correct.
they can make some plays happen early. And even if they want to stall it as long as they could, they can do so. But they cannot be too safe to lose out in terms of objectives. So we're gonna hit straight into the game in just a bit, and I want you guys in the chat to spam all these hashtags, whether or not if Mystic Burden can take game of 3, or will it be Bigatron SG for their first set? Now, looking into this, WQXD kind of
Very
knows
early
someone's
on already
in
there.
that bush, so
It's it's just game sense. Literally, he knows that someone, as such a good team like Mystic Burden coming in with this such aggressive plays, he wants to start off with something. And the first skill was actually a very nice, like a what do you call that? Like the demonstration move. Like the first impression is the lasting impression.
yeah, and Spinner will be stolen there from the hands of Bigatron with, I think, too easy for Jeff's kind of taking that camp as well. 2 camps taken away. This is going to starve the side of Bigatron for a little fair bit. Still clearing all these minutes, working as a team. All of them are still level 2. Meanwhile, WQXD is still level 1 though.
Yeah, very strange indeed. I'm just thinking, what is Mystic Burden doing? They're actually running with a 1-1-3 setup.
Yeah.
So this is not something you will see in a Malaysian team, because you will normally see it in Singaporean teams, especially with Bigatron. They love the 1-1-3 setup in hand, which they are also running it right now. But for the Malaysian team to do it, this is going to be interesting. As the team fights, perhaps will move into hand. Zorn, he's kind of missed out his spin over there, but then it's going to push Bigatron SG away from the battlefield. Unfortunately, Zorn with the wall, he's able to redeem himself, and then that kill comes in for Mystic Burden for the first blood.
Fanny thought she was safe, but she got blocked by another wall right in front of her face. That's gonna be the first blood. Going over on the side of Mystic Burden. Melalui perching some boots there from the side of Kuja and Dominus. WQXE getting caught up here. Pops the first spell, and she's back to safety.
Back to safety indeed. Meanwhile, it's already quick on hand. Mystic Burden feels like they really want to take out as many objectives as possible. They're still playing to their game plan, getting early objectives, getting map control coming in with the turret picks. At the same time, if they can get kills, that would be beneficial.
Definitely, but
Beneficial.
from both sides, I think that they're pretty safe. Oh no, Divine Judgment coming through, and that's gonna be Grok with the second kill. Oh my goodness, it's all about the tanks here.
And it's not only that, the 3-1-1 formation, you're having the triple member stack in hand. It was so versatile. You know, you have Kaya to boost everybody out of danger. You even have, Rafaela at the same time with, of course, Grok being very versatile of their own. As you can see that Kuja going one-on-one situations with Sings, Fanny at oh my goodness, Bagikan, they are going to get caught off guard again by this lineup. Mr. V landing down the blow for his ultimate. Will open an opening as Lolita gets the kill from there, giving Bagikan the window of opportunity for more kills to come. Will Zon fall and the Grok wants to run away. Unfortunately, it is not.
Bagikan actually fell from that side, and this was just pulled back in the favor of Bagikan SG with another 2 kills. Now, looking into the backs here, it looks like that's going to be a concentrated energy slowly being purchased by the side of the Alice Autumn Dagger from the side of Jawhead as well. And battle regeneration from all ends here. Pretty standard.
Yeah. I mean, it's one way to get with your items, just getting the items in hand, but the other way is how do you execute with the items that you have, the skill set, the evasions, the positioning, everything also plays into the matter of being calculated at one end. We're moving down to the 4th minute in the game. Both teams not getting much lead coming in as Team Mystic Burden. They will start the war. The rest of members of Bagikan SG is in a lot of trouble. It looks like Bane will be taken out first, and Lolita misses the ulti. The rest of the members of Mystic Burden will go behind enemy lines. Will go with the double kill right here in carry. And they want more blood.
Wow, that was a pretty good dive coming in. You can see that even the tower not doing much damage overall. And look at this, they're just gonna shred this tower down, and the Grok itself initiating so well. This is gonna be more goal over on the hands of Mystic Burden, holding out into their game plan here, playing as a unit, 5-man unit here. I just love team plays. I don't know about Sing, but she's gonna get caught out.
Kuja killing off Sing instantly. My goodness, that one punch and carry again with another kill coming on board. Team Bagikan, why are they getting caught off so easily? I'm not sure whether they don't have the sustainability in their respective individual members, or they just get caught off by the rest of the members of Mystic Burden in terms of their roaming.
Right there. That's speaking of catch. That's one over onto Fanny right there, and they're getting caught out in the rock in the hard place. Blazing duet coming out from the quad as well as Alice picking off that Grok. They're chasing in for Kuja, slings it back with the ejector, and now they're still chasing in for too easy for Jazz, and Babe takes up that kill.
And this is where Bagikan needs to go in. They have the team fight potential. They can win anything with the team chemistry in their wars. But then, early on, if they could just reduce the deaths in terms of individual fights, I think they would be much more in a better position right now than they were before.
Yeah, and Demon Hunter being purchased by LY4, that's one more member getting caught out.
Here comes Bagikan once more. They don't have any more members. Mr. V running for his dear life. Kuja's gonna rocket him down onwards again. One punch Jawhead makes his appearance here with that kill. Meanwhile, Team Mystic Burden, they will try perhaps to go in for another fight, while Sing from Bagikan SG, Fanny just slicing and dicing this turret. This turret is
Our
no
turret
longer
has been
available
destroyed.
already. Kaya wants to come in as well to kind of pull the divine judgment, but it will fail.
Yeah, and I think that they're really bagging on that Fanny just to split push the whole game.
Your
They're just
team
oh no,
destroyed
that's gonna be one member
turret.
getting caught out there as Carry goes on a mega kill. They immediately focus over survive for now. Mr. V,
Oh,
the
no.
goal being taken down by Carry, and she goes unstoppable. The Milas, you are a monster.
This
Wow.
is where Bigatron is doing their biggest mistake. Again, going in solo, just one-on-one individual.
slain an enemy.
You even let a Grok kill off that Fanny. I'm rooting for Bigatron in one way to win the team fight, but then they want to go individually in hand. But then WQXD perhaps can change the turn of the table, and nope, it's gonna just stop that fight.
Man, that slam onto Fanny, I
Yeah.
gotta say, that's painful to watch.
Slam dunk, slam dunk.
It's like,
Team
smack
destroyed
your out.
Yeah.
And then look, speaking of him, he bought another big item in his bag, and he's just gonna get tankier as it goes. And I don't know if Bigatron can actually deal with all these front lines. It's like they paid the price for the previous game. They literally did the same thing towards a Mystic Burden, and Mystic Burden said, "Hey, we're gonna get the Grok. Nothing much that you can do about me then."
Yep. And not only that, they even have Jaw Hit as well to kind of increase that damage coming in. At the same time, Bigatron, they have a lot of potential to kind of steal off this squishy picks, like, the Nas running the Rafaela, you have Kaya as well, who's also a squishy tank of his own, but at the same time, he couldn't do it because, like I said, formation-wise, they have 3 members, there's Zorn, with the Grok, he's just doing a lot of annoyance, a lot of nuisance as well. Sing, meanwhile, so to get caught off guard, and here comes the pain. The pack and punch of Carry with the monster kill. Meanwhile, Bigatron slowly crumbling down to the falls of here. Zondi here, Mystic Burden will try to push in for Mr. V. Again, getting caught off guard. Godlike comes in for Carry. That Carry is a huge wave of pain for Bigatron as GWQXD wants to come in here with the help of Bane to kill off Rafaela.
And that's a really good pickup there as BTR bites back, but Zorn is still coming in. They're still trying to push all these members with only just Kuja as well as Zorn. They're just so afraid of all these frontliners. Like, they know that they can't outtrade them. As much as they have not much of damage items, being tanky enough, they have enough time. Now, looking into Carrie's back, 7 kills, 1 assist, only dropping once. She's already got her main items, got the golden staff and endless battle. I'm surprised that they have, speaking of endless battle, that's one more for Kuja as well.
Yep. And this is the part where I want to compliment on the Mystic Burden. They really take care of their marksmen. If you notice that LY Force Cloud is only 4 deaths instead of 1 kill. But then here comes the fight. Mystic Burden will open things up with the first blood in the wall. There comes the legendary of Carrie. Carrie, well known as the tank healer. She will go in with the rest of the members. They want blood in hand. The nurse with the Rafaela will put some sustainability. Look at them. They are they are literally untouchable. With 1 heal, the rest of the members just go up. A lot of HP in hand.
My, oh my. I would say that in terms of this draft, it just works so well for the side of Mystic Burden. We were talking about how well they were scaling, and now they managed to take the Lord, but they're just picking up kills after kills when they move in together as a 5-man. And nothing much that Bigatron could actually do about that.
Yet punish this Bigatron team with the because sometimes some members go down split pushing in hand. Mystic Burden, they are just dominating in the game. You can see that the goal lead is really huge onto their side, and they're just continuing to farm, just continue to expand the map awareness, map control, stealing jungle, disrupting the economy of Bigatron because they don't want this clock to get fat.
Yeah, and Fanny is forced to back away as well. She will stop split pushing because the team needs her more at this time because the Lord is slowly marching through the bottom lane here. It might break into the high ground turrets here. but what can they do? Can Mr. Vi hold on for them?
Lord, the almighty Lord coming in. Unfortunately, he will get caught off the fight. But then, look at Bigatron slowly losing members from time after time because that carry is just putting the pack of pain into the heart of Bigatron SG. And it looks like 3 more members still surviving this. Carry still alive, still burning down here. Look at that! My goodness, the rest of them, they have the balls to come in and just dealing damage from time after time. It looks like Mystic Burden will run away. They don't want to fight anymore, but then they're just going to show you the teaser of what this carry can do.
Oh my goodness. And I think that it could have went well for Mystic Burden, just that they didn't expect Bigatron to pull the trigger so quickly. And they melted the Lord, they melted the front line of Grok, and they're going in for war.
Oh, nice initiation coming in from Mr. V with the ultimate onto Lolita, but then the follow-up isn't as strong. Carry, once again, being a needle into the foot of Bigatron. And
they should have just held onto the base first and try not to even extend to your jungle. This is going to be the mid lane high ground being crushed up open.
Another turret down, leaving only one last turret from Bigatron SG. Their base is fully exposed.
My, this is going to be Mystic Burden charging right in, catching out Sync, and the team fight will commence.
Here comes the team fight. Rafaela getting the kill with the help of Kaya, but then Bigatron SG, it looks like they're holding on with their ground. A nice flicker comes in, but will not catch any Mystic Burden members off guard. It's enough to scare them away from delaying the inevitable. Looks like Sana wants to chase up Kuja here with Bane to push out a little bit of the cannon punch, but then it's not going to land onto Kuja's jaw hit.
I gotta admit, that was beautifully done from the side of Bigatron because they looked like they were losing and now they pulled it back. They managed to keep the base alive and now look into Lolita's item. He only got a couple of...
only has Antique Caress and Athena's Shield.
Well,
of course, with the Warrior Boots, if you want to include that in, but...
Well, A for effort, he tried his best, but a lot of times... as much as she's in the front line, she really couldn't do much. A little bit of buffs on Lolita, but...
it's not enough. It's still not enough.
Yeah, I feel like still doesn't make her the S tier or A tier sort of tank coming through. But still, not a bad option actually. Just that things could went
She has to farm. She has to farm. She has to farm as possible because I feel like if Lolita is really well farmed, I think she can do wonders. She can just sustain a lot.
As long as they can, they're calling the shots now.
Oh, they are calling the shots indeed. Mystic Burden, they know that this is the game that they could win, but then they had to initiate here. Meanwhile, Bigatron fighting for their dear lives. Carry at the same time will go in for the first kill, but look at the top lane. Who is at the top lane? It is Giant. Knock, knock, turret down, and more blood to come. Here comes Bigatron. They have to secure the final base, which is the Nexus, and Mystic Burden just putting tons of burden onto their shoulders.
Yes, and we talk about them being mythical burden. Now, jokes might be on them.
Yep.
This is going to be Lord being attempted for the second time round. They've burned a couple of stuff here, but they have their outlets up. No, this is going to melt down really quickly. Mystic Burden will block off that path. Now, Mr. Vi will have to back away.
You know what's scarier than LY's false exam grades?
What's that?
Dominus kill streak as comes in here with the Grok going in with the kill. So it looks like I need to see Dominus kill streak, man. I think he's dominating our way. Let's just see. Thanks to the production, 12 kills, 1.
He literally takes more than half of the kills of the game.
Claude at the same time. Okay, the devs is still okay. The devs, they are somewhat equal, but then Carry with 12 kills against Claude's 1 kill. Ouch.
Well, I guess this whole team composition is all about protecting the miners here, and they're going in for that one last team fight over a mid lane.
Now here comes the mid lane, and Almighty Lord just marches in like a boss. The rest of the members of Mystic Burden, they try to sustain enough damage. Singh, he's trying his very best to help the team, but then he will be the first to fall. The rest of the members of Bigatron, they want to sustain this, but unfortunately Mr. V goes down to the ground, and the Lord, a lot of health will
and we saw how both teams fight back. But at the end of it all, it was Mystic Burden from the get-go, snowballing that carry into turning her into a monster with 13 kills and 6 assists. And
she's literally a wrecking ball. She just came in, just knocking down. I don't know what to say. But you have to give credits to the rest of Mystic Burden. I feel like the team composition was really good. Everybody has very weaknesses,
well
but at the same time, they are able to kind of cover the weaknesses and improve the strengths from there. At the same time, Bagikan SG, I feel like they were clicking already. They were so clicking. They were so close. They were trailing from time to time. But again, map control not there. Map Eslos very there. I'm really speechless right now.
Now let's have a look into some of the early team fights that we saw.
Yeah.
And a lot of spells have been burned out by all these Mystic Burden members, and then eventually they got cleared out. And that's another team fight happening over the bottom side with and Kaya dragging people all over the place.
And even though Bagikan, another mistake that I would like to emphasize is there's a lot of solo plays, there are a lot of solo pickups from Mystic Burden onto Bagikan's side. If Bagikan were to have, let's say, perhaps just 2 members or 3 members in the rotation, or not get too off guard from the picks, much more solid chance to at least get the victory out of this.
Yeah, and I believe that BTR slowly managed to turn some fights here on the mid lane, but they kind of let out a little bit way too much.
That wasn't enough. They really pumped up the gas, but the problem is the car couldn't last to
what they can achieve.
Yes.
And time and time again, they're kind of all over the place. Look at it; they're very separated in that team fight itself, and slowly losing out members after members. But I love this one though. They went in for Zorn, they melted him immediately, and then move on to every other member. Maybe they should have some work wonders for them. For the carry.
Carry was really well protected. Again, huge compliments to Mystic Burden for really protecting their carry. Comparing to the other side of Bagikan SG, and that carry was literally untouchable, like you mentioned. She was not even getting a death for that. She gets 5 deaths. Only one death.
I think carry only died once.
Okay, we have to check back later. But then that carry was just doing her thing. She was getting kills from time to time, and this is what you want your carry to become. Get as many kills, being the wrecking machine, and just laying down dust for the team. Always. Either way.
And that was a beautiful display coming in from both teams. And unfortunately for the defending champions, they're still having a little bit of shaky runs here.
Yes, indeed. But anyways, Bagikan still managed to get a point from there, so they perhaps can just improve on that rather than previously. So they have to try harder. Looking forward to see what they can do, perhaps to win the other games in the series. At the same time, congratulations to Mystic Burden. You guys will walk away as the champions for this series itself. We will be going to game 2 later onwards, which will be which team again? So sorry.
Well, that's going to be Flash Tyrants versus Traders.
This is going to be very interesting.
I
can't wait, right? Okay, anyways, guys, we were going for a short break, but again, MPL is brought to you by EG.
Hi everyone, we meet again in this new episode of Mobile Legends Hero Spotlight. In this episode, we will introduce Aldo, the contractor, who swore to protect the ancient maze of Minos. As the leader of the Minoan Guard, Aldo swore to protect the maze of Minos for his entire life. Unfortunately, the gods saw fit to punish him by changing his bodily form, giving him a grotesquely large arm that struck fear in the people around him. What's scarier is that his arm can gain seemingly infinite power through the souls trapped within it. Needless to say, Aldo is a formidable foe on the battlefield. Overall, Aldo is capable of attacking nearly any enemy on the map, and he has the ability to endlessly strengthen his attack damage by killing his foes. In short, Aldo is a warrior who possesses strong burst DPS. For his first skill, Aldo activates his arm's latent energy to strengthen his next basic attack. If that attack kills an enemy unit, then Aldo's basic attack damage will permanently increase. What makes this skill even stronger is that enhanced basic attacks will deal bonus damage against minions, making Aldo a good choice for laning. In fact, this skill is Aldo's primary DPS skill. We recommend everyone to solo a lane in order to accumulate as much damage enhancements as possible, thus allowing Aldo to become a deadly foe. When reactivating the skill within 1 second of activation, or when the skill duration ends, Aldo will stun and damage nearby enemy units. Use the skill before charging into a skirmish, and Aldo will most likely survive long enough to use his first skill twice. If the battle feels too heated, taking advantage of this skill's stun effect can be very useful in promoting Aldo's survivability. For his ultimate, Aldo can temporarily gain the field of vision of any one of the enemy heroes. During this time, reactivating his ultimate allows Aldo to lock onto one of the enemy heroes for a strike that damages and knocks back the enemy hero. However, canceling the strike while Aldo is attacking results in additional cooldown time. Use this skill and Aldo can attack any enemy hero on the map, which is indeed very powerful. However, do not use the skill blindly. For example, it would be better to cancel Aldo's ultimate if he's attacking an enemy surrounded by allies. We strongly, and I mean strongly, urge everyone not to feed. As for Aldo's passive, after every 3 attacks, the next attack's damage will generate a shield that absorbs damage, lasting 3 seconds each time. Now here's something amazing. The basic attacks enhanced by Aldo's first skill will also activate his passive. What this means is, Aldo can generate a very powerful shield due to the synergy between his passive and his first skill. In terms of the equipment builds, we recommend the following sets. We highly recommend using the first set, especially if Aldo is charging into skirmishes or holding a lane alone against many other heroes. The equipment item Endless Battle works especially well with Aldo's first skill in generating devastating damage output. As for emblem builds, we highly recommend everyone to use the physical emblem set and select Shield, Bravery, and Life Drain. Aldo is not strong during the early game, during which time he should be focused on laning to accumulate damage enhancements. The emblem talent Life Drain should help Aldo survive the early game with greater ease. For battle spells, we recommend using Flicker to improve Aldo's ability to chase down enemies in the late game and to survive during the early game. Aldo activates his ultimate and sees the enemy Aurora on her own. Aldo activates a strike against Aurora, who can do nothing but hide underneath the tower. Aldo reaches Aldo activates his first skill and knocks out Aurora. Now Aurora's allies are rushing to defend the area. Leslie is already under the tower, but Aldo chooses not to back down. He activates his second skill to absorb tower damage while he goes after Leslie. Leslie uses her second skill to knock Aldo back under the tower. Now, Aldo seems to be a goner, but no. He uses Flicker to teleport to Leslie and activates his first skill to finish her off. And that's Mobile Legends' latest hero, Aldo, coming soon for 599 diamonds or 32,000 battle points. Make sure to take advantage of the 30% launch week discount. Until next time.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, pros and noobs of Mobile Legends. Yes, I'm talking to you outside there, out here.
That's me.
Come on, man. We are back with Mpl Season 2 Malaysia and Singapore. And again, Mpl is brought to you by our 2 best friends here, EGG Network and Moonton. But technically, I just said pros and noobs also, so pros also okay lah.
Well, I gotta admit, I'm not that great myself.
Yeah,
so
I'm a noob as well, so
maybe I'm in the
myself,
new category. But of course, so far we have great games coming through. We just saw match 1 ended with, of course, the side of.
I know, you were really speechless of the match, alright?
Yeah.
It was Team Mystic Burden going against with Bagikan SG, and was a very great game. Unfortunately for Bagikan SG, they still go winless in their series. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Mystic Burden, perhaps just breaking the losing curse, and they are back on track. At the same time, guys, that it was game 1. We're gonna go straight into game 2. Game 2, we're gonna see Flash Tyrants going up against Traitor. And this time around, the mini games still come in. Let's just see Flash Tyrants mini game. What is it all about? Take it away.
Let's have fun.
Are you guys ready for the challenge or what? Yes, we are, of course. This is why I have this test tube with me. This test tube contains questions that will find out if you guys are true friends or I call a wet head. I want you to put it on right now. All right. See, he looks so nice right now, man. So I am gonna pour water at the top of your cap. When you ask him a question, 3 questions, right? If he answers one wrong, you're gonna pull one out. By random, one of these sticks is gonna pour the water on top of his head. Okay? So if you answer wrong, you're gonna get punished, man. Let me get that test tube for you. Take a question, man. What is his favorite hobby?
Playing Mobile Legends.
Is that true? Another question, my friend.
How many siblings do I have? One.
Is that true?
One sister, brother.
Is that true? Oh man, okay, alright. One last question. If a genie granted him wishes, what would be his first wish? You have to really know him to know what he likes.
To win Mpl Season 2.
Is that true? I know you want a girlfriend. Okay, aside from that, do you have a girlfriend? False! Pull one out. Pull one out, man. Let the whole thing leak. Okay, is there anything? No. It's alright. Now I'm on your side, okay? Now we're gonna judge this guy. This is your time. Take one question first.
When was my favorite decade? 1990s. Can I? No.
No? Pull one out, man! Hey, next question. Nothing. I know water yet. Okay, so this is time for round 2. I've resetted the wet heads. Alright, put all the sticks back. First question. What is my favorite country?
Sydney.
Sydney.
Alright.
How many pets have I owned in my life?
I don't know. 3 hamsters.
Just 3 hamsters. Yeah. Nothing else.
Nothing else.
He wants to get. Nothing yet, right? Okay. What is my favorite candy?
Japanese brand one.
No? No, okay, take it out, man. That's good. You feel the water?
No, nothing.
Man.
How many times have I broken a bone?
Are you?
I think maybe 2 times. Lucky.
What? Are you serious? Okay, wait, what happened?
Fingers and ankle.
How did you get the fingers?
Fall down.
Fall down?
Yeah.
Ankle? Same thing.
Basketball.
Basketball. Okay, last question.
Who is my favorite character from history?
Stanford Raffles.
No.
What?
Hitler.
Dude, that is like the most obvious one. Like, oh my god.
Let's go.
Did you get it?
Favorite sport to watch?
Basketball. What's your favorite sport? Don't worry, we got 2 more, man.
What food is always in my cupboard?
Oh.
Can I curl my tongue? No.
He said no. Can you do it? Ah! I can't do it! Am I weird for doing it? Because I'm weird? Hey, stop sweating, man. It's all good, man. You guys should hug each other, man. Hug each other. You made him lose. Just so that, you know. Okay. Flash Tyrants! And there we go. That's Splash Tyrants for you guys. Man, that was such a fun game. And I think that actually tests us out. Every single one of them to see how close they are. And that's going to be Mark as tank, Dobby as mage, Aeon, as well as Lun mid laner. And Lun plays a multiple role for Swamp as well as Sen. They are also multiplayers as well. Now, they are very, very flexible. But, man, of all things, why would you pick Hitler as your favorite icon? So I have no idea. But I just love how they were so excited when they were playing those games there. But we have to look out for some of the key players from the side of Flash Tyrants.
And the key players will be Xian. He will be running with the Lancelot, and he has a global ranking of 46, so he's one of the top 50 players of Lancelot in the leaderboard. As you can see, there's the equipment build. He brings us a Bloodlust Axe, some a lot of damaged weapons, at the same time giving the breastplate armor, correct me if I'm wrong. Because every kill you get an extra gold up to 1,250. And of course, retribution for the jungle, all Lord and Turtle steals. At the same time, I want to do a pun, they have water down there from their helmet. I think that, they should rename the Flash Tyrants to Splash Tyrants. Splash, get it?
Sounds pretty catchy though.
Yeah,
but of course, we saw the games coming in from Flash Tyrants. Now it's for the time of traders.
Baby, baby, baby. Oh, I'm like baby, baby, baby. Ooh, I'm like baby, baby, baby. Ooh, thought you'd always be mine. What? You have to say mine, man. You gotta end it. Welcome to your challenge, guys. This is your first challenge, and probably not gonna be your last because I'm gonna find you again and again during the time of MPL, and I'm gonna challenge you. Are you guys ready to hear about your challenge? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I like that energy. Now that you guys are hyped up, let me tell you about the challenge. This challenge is called Listen Carefully. Because we're gonna have a speaker, alright? And in that speaker, I'm gonna play a sound of a Mobile Legends hero. Okay, it's gonna be probably like 1 or 2 seconds, so it's not gonna be the whole sound. And all of them have different things that they say, right? But this one is just a small part of their sentence. So if you guys listen carefully, you'll be able to tell which hero it is. And that's the challenge. So in front of you, you guys have a bell. If I play the person with the lowest point will get a punishment. And the punishment is the loser has to kiss everyone on their cheeks. Yeah? 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 Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna start with the first sound. Remember to ring the bell.
Come on.
Okay,
Johnson.
that is wrong. Come back. All right, my friend over there, do you have the answer?
Belmont.
No, that is wrong.
Minato.
That is wrong. Come back again.
Team Green.
Yes! That is correct. Good job. Okay, are you ready for the next one? This one is, I think, easy, okay? See, he got an idea.
Hayabusa.
No.
Grow.
No. Okay, I'll give you guys a clue. Okay,
Johnson.
yes, that is correct. Good job. Are you guys ready for the next one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Franco.
No. I don't know if this is a good clue or not, but imagine I'm holding my hand and I'm creating a beam really far away, and I just like move like this. And go score. Yes.
Never seen someone
handsome with one eye. Cyclops.
Yes. Correct. Let's go to, I think, a slightly harder one.
Joe.
That's good. Stand back.
Black.
Yes.
Yes.
We got 3 more.
Alpha.
No. You guys want a clue? My ultimate works on the tower and other people. Yes, that's correct. This one, I really don't want to give you guys a clue, alright? You guys gotta get this in yourself.
Disaster. Wait.
Bruno. Yes. Good job. Okay. Yes. Good job. Last one. Go, man.
Belmont.
Yes. Good job, man. Okay, so now we know who our losers are. Hello, my friend. But you, my friend, are also a loser today. You're making it weird for me. Okay. Hey, there's no dodging the kiss. Come on.
Oh my goodness, so much love in the air for our team traitor. You can follow them at their Facebook page.
For me, I don't know whether if it's a real punishment for the ones who lost or the ones who actually scored.
I was like, But anyway, that was actually really funny, and it's good to see the chemistry flowing apart for team traders in-house. And let's see who is their key player for this round.
And that's gonna be Aeon there with his rock. And he does have a really high win rate, 80.
Now, pretty standard build, you do see that he does have the Wing of Tormented, but on the emblems you can see that he takes focusing mark, so that when he deals damage, and he will increase every other damage dealt by the allies by 6%. So this is definitely a team player to look out for.
Interestingly enough, that this Grok run by E1, his emblems is a support emblem instead of a tank emblem. Normally tanks would normally use like your Tennessee or attack and defend, but he's going with the support emblem, which kind of makes things very interesting for Grok around him. So he kind of wants to balance his teammates out a bit, just wanting to support the weaknesses at the same time tanking for the damage coming inside. So it looks like we have the two teams taunting with their taunting videos, so we're gonna see what they have to say between one another.
For traitors, who are you?
Pada Flash Tyrant.
I think they gotta take some lessons on taunting, but looks like they don't really know each other, but they're about to find out. But I think that this is going to be a very interesting matchup here, because when we talk about both of these teams, they're currently in the middle of the pack. They are currently sitting at
I think
5 or 6.
Yes, correct. 4 or 5 somewhere there, middle part, and they are known as the King Slayers. So
that's right.
They actually took out the best teams in the respective countries, or the opposite opponents' countries. And so you have Team Traitors going in with a clean sweep, basically just destroying 2 of the Singaporean teams before, which is Evo's Esports and Bagikan SG. Looking forward to get this third and final sweep off against Flash Tyrants. But Flash Tyrants, on the other hand, Season 1, very well known for being the King Slayers of Malaysia as well. So he goes for the 5
we see whether if they will continue with that tradition to slowly slay off every single one of these Malaysian teams, or can Traitors take down one of the final few Singaporean teams around that day. I don't know. I think this is going to go into Game 3, because judging from the performance so far, I think that Flash Tyrants sometimes have a little bit of shaky run.
A little bit inconsistent.
Kind of have, if I'm not mistaken, towards the standing, they have 5 wins and 5 losses, so that's why they're kind of in the middle. For Traitors as well, it's either the games will go really well for them, or it goes completely sour. So this drafting session, because I can see that Flash Tyrants, they do play a lot more team-oriented composition, well, but sometimes when it comes to decision makings, it's not exactly that clean per se. So, what about Traitors?
I think Traitors is actually very good. Take note that they are actually a new team coming to Mpl, but they are actually former members of different communities in the Malaysia Mobile Legends.
They were from some members are from Mystic Burden as well.
Mystic Burden, Team Cyan as well during the time there. So Traitors was actually like the origin for the other teams to kind of spot out. And now they are back into their roots, which is Traitor, of course. At the same time, they have the chemistry. Same goes to Flash Tyrants. Flash Tyrants are known as the meta setters back in Season 1. They tried out really, really unorthodox heroes like the, not mistaken, Zas mixed with having 2 tanks here. And I don't really see them being that much of a meta setter, but they want to play safe. They do have the potential to play safe. They do have the rewards as well by playing safe, because again, all of them are the same roster, somewhat the same roster.
I do agree. They're all very much familiar faces there, and fans do love them.
Yes.
So far, you can see from the videos that we were playing games, every one of them just are
sporting.
So sporting and tightly knit, and I really do wish to see more coming out from inside of Flash Tyrants. So when we go into the game, we will see what will be picked up and what will be banned.
Against the Hellcat, giving out so much opportunity, so much tactics for the team that has him in order to initiate the attacking phase. While at the same time, Traitors, they will go in with their first ban phase, and it will be no other stranger than Grok. Grok being very annoying, being wanting one of the players as well to run with it, and it looks like it will be Hayabusa will be banning out from Team Flash Tyrants. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and the last one, I think it's still gonna be Selena. I think it's too risky to give it over onto the set of Flash Tyrants, and very standard bans coming through. Now, any off-meta heroes that you could predict? We saw Eudora a couple of times here. I'm not sure if she'll be played, but we just have to see what kind of frontliners here. Now, 5 more seconds and they go in for the jaw hit.
Yeah. I wanted to say jaw hit, but
Picking.
he's not the type that gets basically. He still has the bands. People still fear him on that. And it
Look
seems
at that.
like Flash Tyrants getting that Selena instantly from there. It looks like they're gonna work alongside with the Abyssal Arrows. So one thing you gotta note that Abyssal Arrows works really well is the team setup first. The team setup, the play, the Abyssal Arrow comes in, because you all know that Abyssal Arrow's velocity in terms of the arrow speed is actually pretty slow. So you really need the team to kind of set up. Then you can go in with whatever you want to push in for Selena.
Especially when they are fighting in tight angles. I think that's where she's picking off some members as well. But in terms of tanks, if Flash Tyrants lock in some tanks right now, that will leave their options pretty much limited from the side of traders.
You have Hylos, you have Minotaur, you have Archive. These are the tanks that you can run. You can go run with as well with Lolita, but it seems like Team Traders, they want to focus onto the attacking
enemy
phase, the attacking power or proneness from these two assassins. At the same time, Flash Tyrants locking down Minotaur, I think there's no stranger to that. I feel like Flash Tyrants works really well with Minotaur. Especially all the Singaporean teams here and the rest of the teams, and it looks like Martis will be played in this game.
I like the whole idea because when you mix up both the Martis and Minotaur together, there's just so much lockdown
Yes,
and
correct.
dispositioning for the side of traders, just making sure that they're nullified. But that Ruby coming into play will try their best to actually catch out that Selena, I believe, just try to make things work and hold on. With the Alice, I think it's relatively safe.
Correct, and the recent buff with Ruby makes her a little bit more tankier, so even though she's not the tank role position, she still can play as a very tanky fighter. At the same time, you look at Alice, Hangos is definitely going to play him. Hangos is one of the best players for using Alice as well. I think the least used in terms of percentage, but he played really well with the tank emblems in hand.
And that's a really good... Oh! Is that...
Was in week 1, too easy for Jeffrey from Mystic Burden using Gatot Kacha, and was a pain in the butt again. He was just solo towering the lane. He was tanking so much damage and he still stand to his ground. But then, we're going to see how it goes. Predictions.
Well, predictions, if traders can hold things out to late game, it will be theirs.
Okay.
But if they can't, it's going to be Flash Tyrants. I'm a 50-50 on this. Still, I can't really choose, but with that Selena, I think I'm going to give it to Flash Tyrants.
I just want to run with something, you get a hero that can't deal a lot of damage, deal a lot of annoyance in the drafting. A hero that is worth getting banned, but then if it's not, it's not literally banned, it's not prohibited in the game, it's a hero that is going to be the most deadliest out of it. So perhaps, just perhaps, 60% to Flash Tyrants, 40% to Traitors in hand.
Yeah.
But hey, Traitors might surprise us. Again, they kill off again. They destroyed 2 Singaporean teams, and looking for the third one. Game 1 comes in, ladies and gentlemen, as we pick ahead. Go, take it away.
All
Putra.
troops
Say it all.
deployed.
And, man, we've all been trying to guess which team will come on top. This is the most highlighted match of Sunday. And for good reasons, because both of them are Kingslayers from each of their own region. So Hangos alongside with Arrow will be pushing in that middle wave here, alongside with Lancelot just clearing as much as he can. Invasion coming from traders as well. Might be able to spot out that Selena, but Selena will be safe in the mid lane.
I want to see this matchup, like Selena. Who is she going to match up in the mid lane? That's the thing. Is it going to be...
I guess it's Alice.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Alice. At the same time, Ruby is just supporting her in the mid lane. We do see a few plays supporting the mid laner, although it's kind of like taking a bit of the goal out of it. But then again, it's kind of like to sustain that mid laner to be a little bit more tanky when the time comes. The top lane, however, I feel like the matchup would work in the favor of the Akai and of course the Harley. The Harley deals a lot of damage as well. Gatot Kacha not being one of the most used tanks, so we'll have to see how it works. You see already that Gatot Kacha was actually pretty low and E1. That's what I just said. The matchup
falling down there.
It's the matchups that's kind of important because with the correct matchups, you kind of know what's going on and what leads up to the outcome of the upcoming games in
I
minutes.
totally agree with you. There are a lot of boots being popped out by most of these mages here, demonic boots. And, Hung was getting caught out by the missile arrow. Look at that damage. Ow.
And this is why Ruby was there to kind of sustain. And look at that. Team Flash Tyrants will go in with the first blood. Nice call out by Martis with the Ashura aura in hand. And he really helps that punch, to pack a punch into that. And he
slams, but that's not going to catch out the mid laner here. And that's going to be Swan charging in.
Yeah, it looks like Swan's going to go in, and he is already having his ultimate, just that he couldn't charge up the rage bar or meter some state. Or the Fury bar. I'm not sure. You prefer rage or Fury?
I call it Fury.
Okay, let's just talk about Fury bar. But anyhow, Team Flash Tyrants, I love this strategy. They are roaming around. They're just not being that passive and stagnant in hand. What say you about this?
Well, I think that they're just trying to slowly skill into the game, and that's going to be a full charge. They're coming from Swan, but they see 3 members immediately bailing out. They know that's a setup there. I'm not going to go in for that bush as well. Good moves coming from the side of traders. Just making sure that they stay alive, staying safe. Hung was, wow. Still a lot of damage coming through. Aeon getting caught up in a little bit of a scuffle here.
It's not going to do much damage. I mean, both of them are tanks, so it's not bad. But this might do some damage. It looks like Team Traitors, they're going to spot out Swan here with the Minotaur. Just going to trade blows for time to time. But no, it will be Hangos, unfortunately, will get caught off guard with the scuffle. And the rest of the members will push forward. It seems like Fresh Tyrants have the upper hand advantage as Swan's trying to make a way from death. And that will be a trick kill coming in. The rest of the members of Team Traitors, they are still going to continue fighting. Martis with his King's Ashura down there below, and it looks like
hey, we're done, but Trader says, hey, we're not done yet.
Yes.
Come back and we're not done yet.
Yes.
Come back and we're not done yet.
Yes.
Come back and we're just gonna fight till the end of the day. This is just gonna fight till the end of the day. This is Chen stealing away that crab over on the river. But Harley manages to pick up that top lane tower and
if they were to rotate in a large amount of possessions coming in, a lot of playstyle runners in their rotation, it's going to leave one lane wide open, and we have to see that solo laner to kind of exploit the advantage, because when you have a clean lane there, is saying that, you know, this is a free farm. You can continue farming the lanes, you can continue farming the creeps for gold. So I want to see much more of these solo laners coming in.
Yeah, I definitely want to see them pop up, and when they do, it's gonna be a feast for sore eyes with Flash Tyrants securing the second tower through the bottom lane. They already have Harley's been pushing through. Wow, this split pushing strat is working so well, but this is traders still looking for an answer. They don't want to commit to the fight, but they don't really want to secure towers as well. This is catching
I don't think Gushen will be taken out by the Ring of Flame by Eon's Harley. It looks like E1 wants to find revenge, but then he's also in a very tight situation. Minotaur is there, Harley is there as well, as Ruby joins the battlefield, but then it's a little bit too much. They're just going to disengage.
Well, speaking of the new hero Cloud being introduced, it's somewhat is similar to. It's for the late game.
Yes.
So that's going to be another hit anyone as of yet. This is a setup here. E1, don't fall for that one.
Hey, I like that. E1 don't fall for that one. But then it looks like Flash Tyrants, they really want to catch something. They want to start something on. And they will catch out Kerchik, unfortunately. So the Gushen will go down to the graveyard, and leaving Flash Tyrants their window of opportunity to take the turret down below. And maybe to have to take one more kill. E1 will fall down as the Gato Kacha, and oh my goodness. This Hurricane Dance is perfectly timed. The rest of the members of Team Flash Tyrants, they want to go in for more blood. Unfortunately, Akai will fall to the hands of Lancelot and just might be stopping their progression, but more damage has been done already. It seems like Eon wants more blood. Look at that, being so greedy over there. And he will get the trade kill as Lun running away. He doesn't have Decimate already. Onto there.
The Ruby managed to survive though. Like, with that small little help, he could have taken her down as well. But interesting traits, however. Aeon just tried his best, but didn't manage to finish off. That's 3 kills in the hands of Lancelot himself. So I don't know. Lancelot with an endless battle already. He's gonna go in for Blade of Despair later on.
I think he will go more for, the Bloodlust Axe or perhaps and maybe Blade of Despair later on. I think he still needs that sustainability. He still needs to get some lifesteal in his game. At the same time, Flash Tyrants are a little bit too over aggressive. They could have. The rest of the members of Team Flash Tyrants will go in with their kill as Harley and Martins will go in as Dare comes in with the double kill. The rest of Team Traitors will have to fall back. A triple kill, skibbity pop pop, given back to Harley. My oh my, this little magician just packs a punch in the
What a
scarves.
playful trickster he is. Aeon just raking kills in that fight itself. And I like how they were positioned in all those bushes so perfectly. They were having that small little scuffle there for a moment. And they caught out all these members from Traders. They're going straight for the Lord. No challenges whatsoever. This might just be an early game for the side of Flash Tyrants.
And Team Tyrants, they did not concede a single turret at this moment as we move on to the 8:52 minute over here. And I don't know what to say. Flash Tyrants, they are just playing this game really well. At the same time, Traitors, they need to climb back. They have to at least first stop this lot, get the team fight in their hands, and then perhaps just push further, because right now they don't have much room to go. You can see that Obby is running with the Clock of Destiny. I just remember it's the Clock of Destiny, not Clock Tower. So yeah, it kind of refreshes, if I'm not mistaken, it kind of gives more mana from time to time. So, Selena has more mana, more Abyssal Arrows to throw. Right now.
And that's a lot of safety. Obby getting caught out by Arrow, and Arrow have to back away immediately. And speaking of into the fight.
And here comes the fight, ladies and gentlemen. The fight of the century, perhaps. The rest of Flash Tyrants trying to push in as Gushin gets the kill. Martis, the Ashura King, decimates down his opponent as the one comes in. Lancelot with another kill as well. Harley going to chip onto the kill as they have 3 more members in hand. A lot of trade kills, a lot of trade balls coming in. But it seems like Team Traitors, they are not having the upper hand advantage. The triple kill comes in. Aeon, what are you doing? This is such a godly play. A maniac comes in, and oh my, this is a team wipe.
That's a beautiful wipe up coming in, and Flash Tyrants will be able to take game 1 away from Traders. One last auto attack. Oh, yeah. There we go.
I like the auto attack though. It's like, you know what? We're just ending the game. Destroy.
It's like they try to bamboozle us. Like, yep, I'll go to them, but not this. That we're gonna wait for you to spawn. And like, yep, 1 punch. There we go. And Harley popped off.
Harley
in that match.
I have to give it to the Harley player, man. Just like super on point. Again, big shout out to Eon. He was playing really well with the Harley. 8 kills, 1 death tree, assists, a lot of evasions. At the same time, he's coming back for more. He went out and came into the fray or the battlefield and just unleashing kills after kills from time to time. The game is actually 10 minutes and 90 seconds. That's actually a very fast-paced game as well.
Yeah, and definitely way faster than the ones that we had. After team fights, they solidified and eventually closed out this game. So,
yes, indeed.
That was beautiful.
Indeed. Anyways, so it looks like we're gonna go into the highlights here. We're gonna see it right time.
Why Ruby was
I want to talk about
look at
that whole team. Flash Tyrants will go in with the first blood. Nice call out.
The team itself is like so
good.
The way how they rotate, the way how they take objectives, the way how they take,
and the rest of the members will push forward.
This was so beautifully played out there. So much back and forth. Swan getting caught out. Lancelot picks up so many kills from there, but they didn't translate that into anything else. Maybe if he go in for a split push, might have worked well, but they chose to fight time and time again.
And Lancelot trying his very best to keep Traitors in hand. They got the kill score on board, but then I feel like, the rest of the turrets are already down. Your map is fully exposed, or your side of the map is already fully exposed in their hand, and there's nothing much you can do but to play at the mercy of Flash Tyrants.
Yeah, that's true, and they were kind of a couple of levels behind.
Correct.
So it's not exactly the most ideal of situation, but it's either they lose the tower tower and lose more objective and give away the game, or just try to fight it out. So, of course, the best option is to fight it out, and we can just clearly see how willful they've done it. They had Gato Kacha initiating, but Flash Tyrants respawn immediately, getting a lot of kills off that, but Lancelot still pulling off a couple of tricks here and there. I'm pretty sure every team is a little bit of advice on that.
I think Flash Tyrants can work on to. There wasn't much errors of that, but if they can work onto, they can at least not getting picked off that easily. I feel like the positioning still matters in hand. But at the same time, for Team Traitors, they will have to improve on the points aspects like team fights and of course the map control. Without map control, they can't do much, disrupts the economy, and it goes back really, really badly towards them.
That's right.
Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into a short break as we will move into Game 2. Team Flash Tyrants taking 1 point away from Team Traitors. Again, MPL is brought to you by EGG Network and Moonsun. We will see you guys after the short break.
The thought of vengeance burns me. Death is quiet and pleasant. Death is quiet.
You have slain. Unstoppable.
I long for peace in the heart.
Killing spree. You have slain an enemy. You have slain an enemy has been slain. Shut down.
Everyone
An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy.
download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Hero Spotlight where we introduce the latest heroes of Mobile Legends. This week we are releasing the infamous Lord of Thieves, Cloud, and his simian sidekick, Dexter. As the Land of Dawn's King of Thieves, Cloud is a mischievous and sneaky fellow who can steal practically anything, and few enemies and has no choice but to join the battlefield. As the Lord of Thieves, Cloud is ridiculously difficult for enemies to catch, and the off chance that Cloud and Dexter find themselves caught in the tight scuffle, they are able to unleash a devastating barrage of gunfire upon enemies to make a great escape. For his first skill, Cloud robs his enemies of movement and attack speed within a fan-shaped area, dealing physical damage in the process. If the crowd control of this skill wasn't enough, Cloud gains a certain amount of the movement and attack speed he robbed from enemy units, although the precise amount depends on the number of enemy units affected. Cloud can get a higher buff if he steals movement and attack speed from enemy heroes, so keep that in mind. Using this skill, Cloud can ensure that he can move freely while hindering his enemies, thus creating a safer environment for him to eliminate enemies. As for his second skill, Cloud uses Mr. Rooney's device to summon a mirror image of Dexter, which auto-attacks enemy units. Activating the skill again allows Cloud to
Good evening and welcome back to the MPL Season 2 with me. Here is KBZ Sensei. My name is Contra, and we gotta thank every one of you guys tuning in. And of course, all this won't happen here without Moonsun as well as EGG Network. Now, going into game number 2, we just saw how Flash Tyrants took game 1 pretty convincingly, but a little bit of hiccups over in the early game, but they managed to seal out the game with the Lord.
Yeah, I did. And to Team Traitors, it felt like they were kind of crumbling in there. They didn't have much team fights to work on. They were losing in every aspect from there, and as time passes by, it kind of snowballs to that defeat in hand. We still have to give credit to that. They're trying to stop whatever team fight they had. Their Lancelot was pretty damaging, but in this moment, once you kind of lose up this particular area of control, and then you lose up your farm, you get disrupted, there's nothing much that you can do. You can have one player dominating the whole thing, but the other four is just bottom fragging downwards on there. So perhaps Team Traitors, they can do a little bit more improvement in terms of their team fights and their rotations from there. I feel like this is going to be fun because we're going to go into Game 2, ladies and gentlemen. Will Flash Tyrants deny Team Traitors' road to sweep off all of the Singaporean teams? Or will Traitors do it? Or will Traitors do it?
Well, it's really hard how they play this one out because this is going to be an important game for Traitors.
Yes.
If they lose this out, they will slowly fall towards the lower part of the bracket and possibly even who knows if things go really badly.
Yeah.
Of course, I do hope for the best for them. This is going to be another Hellcat ban coming into play. No surprise there. Hellcat has been really strong. His passive would possibly disable people within the span of 3 seconds. You can proc it again.
Correct.
I feel this is, in one sense, if you play correctly, some people call him OP. It's pretty broken, and we can understand why, because his ultimate just nullifies vision.
Yes. Nullifies vision, even though you just come in and go and just destroys everyone on board. It seems like Gushen would be banned out. I think this is a respected ban to, if not mistaken, you will see it. Correct me if I'm wrong?
Yeah, I do believe so. But with the Gushen ban, this opens up a lot more room. You see, we have Jawhead open. We also have Grog open. So one more ban. They could also open up the ban by banning something random. You will also get the Hayabusa.
Correct.
So
it depends. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a carry ban here. So
this is going to be super interesting.
So I don't think it's a respected ban. Correct me at the time. It was more like pick your poison ban. So they're going to let Team Traitors choose one strong hero, and now
they will take two.
Fair
enough.
Jang, jang, jang. That was a nice play. I like that.
I like this because Ewan finally gets to play his signature Grog. And I want to see, because you mentioned that he takes support
correct.
Emblem, and I want to see how that works, because it only makes sense because once you deal that a little bit of damage, when your team follows up, they deal even more. So that could be a key winning factor when you do have what it takes in terms of team fights. Now, Claude being
interesting
priority pick. Now, we had this discussion during the pick.
Correct.
Whether if this Claude is worthy of the first pick.
Or the priority pick in general.
Yeah, but I guess it all makes sense because they ban out the carry so that they don't have a proper marksman.
True, fair enough. I feel like Cloud as well, he's actually vulnerable to other marksmen, especially in the late game side. Carry has been very dominating in the later moments. Like, you have Yishun Shin as well to be playing. You can even play Roger in hand. We'll see how it goes, as Team Traitors will get Chow and Lancelot into their lineup, while Flash Tyrants will go in with Bane, Alice, and Kaya.
Convincing. Now I'm looking at Flash Tyrants over on that side. As you can see that they picked something that could catch out enemies. They got enough tankiness.
Correct.
And they can split push very well. With Bane, you can just throw in they catch. You can just melt down some towers.
Yes.
But my oh my, that's gonna be a Harley being stolen away.
No more Eon Harley in this side. But it seems like it looks like Traitor.
Eudora?
Don't tell me this is the Eudora that I want to see. But double mage setup. Double mage setup hasn't been that effective. I know I did see some victories coming in from the double mage setup, but it hasn't been that.
It packs a whole lot of punch though, because you have Cho in the early game, you have Lancelot.
Correct.
It's an all or nothing combo here, because if this goes badly, Traitors will drop 2 games straight.
Correct. And not only all for nothing, it is the statement that they want to put in late. They don't want late game. They want early till mid game. At least early. At least below 15 minutes at the very least. So it looks like Akai was the last hero to get chosen by Flash Tyrants. Let's go into predictions. Kuntra.
Well, I'm thinking that Flash Tyrants could just play it really safely in the early games, not to force any errors, and then when mid game comes, they could just slowly close out the game against Traders. But
Dora as well to back him up.
Yeah.
So Traitor, I want to see this a very early aggressive game. I'm going to give my bet to Traitors at the same time because I want to see game 3. Y'all know I love to see game 3
I want to
with
see
you
game
as
3
well.
as well, but from what it looks like to me, Flash Tyrants drafted very smartly. I
Yes.
like the clock pick when you ban out the carry.
Yes.
If you don't ban out the carry, then I don't know. Like I felt like it was a smart move, and I give them credit for that. So I'm putting my guessing coins over
5
on the side
seconds
of
till
Flash
the
Tyrants,
enemy
and now we
reaches the
go
battlefield.
into game number
Smash
2.
them.
Traitors versus
All
Flash
troops
Tyrants.
deployed.
So again, just a recap on this. Traitors, they have Eudora, which I think is going to play in the mid lane, alongside with some supports coming in. At the same time, Harley can even play mid lane as well if he wants to. And it looks like they're just gonna hover backwards. So perhaps Harley can go to the top lane instead.
Yeah,
While
I think it's
Lancelot and
better
Chow
for
at the
us.
bottom lane.
Because we saw how the Harley was split pushing
Yep.
in the previous round. They're trying to emulate the same thing, and both teams just respecting each other. They're going to start on their side of the map, but that's Eudora just trying to get a little bit of camp off from the side of Flash Tyrants. Kaya has already been roaming through, trying to spot out the position of some of these members from the side of Traders. Now, Arrow already soaked up a little bit of a punch from the Panda, and that's not gonna be doing much for now.
The Panda and the Octopus. That's Bane. He looks like and marches on with the Panda. It looks like Eon's going to launch a rocket. Rocket. It's a cannon. My apologies on that. And Chow wants to join in with the fight.
They're going in for more. It looks like they get a double knockup coming through, and Sanders is dropping really low. That might just be first blood in the hands of Eudora. Trader getting one out of that, and Fate will drop. That rum will be spitted in front of Fate's face. Beautiful one for one trade coming through.
So I do apologize, that was a cloud besides of Chow, but Chow was actually in the vicinity. So there's a lot of engagements coming in. They want to get the quick
Turtle
kill,
resurrecting
and Traders
soon.
managed to get the first blood, at the same time sacrificing their member in hand. And looks at the top lane, we have Harley going up against Alice. Alice is going to fall back with the teleportation skill. So that will be, China don't really want to take the one-on-one fights alongside here, waiting until she's a little bit more farm, a little bit more damaging, and then she can go one-on-one, toe-to-toe with Harley.
And I just really like, I just really like that Traders are trying to pull some moves here, but they're outside. They try to challenge the crab over the river, but now Swan just playing it safely. And Flash Tyrants still know their game plan. They're just holding it out. They're just waiting for Traders to make a move, waiting for a mistake, and that's gonna be it. That Bane is pushing really strongly though, and I'm kind of worried for that Lancelot.
Yeah, in one sense, Lancelot is very squishy, and Bane's deadly catch, can not only deal damage to heroes but to turrets as well. The turrets won't be there to save him. I'm sorry to say that you won't be hiding behind your turrets. At the very least, you have to back out away, and it gives out more map control towards the at any time moment right now.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And if only Akai can join into the fray, they could pull off something great here. Yuan getting.
Oh, looks like that, and a very quick kill by Team Traitors. Unfortunately, we're talking about Kaya, and that is the jinx, that's the oath, the curse oath of the casters. Kaya will be the unlucky one to get caught, and it looks like Xian as well. He's going to get some damage. Harley managed to kill off the turtle. At the same time, Xian, he's going to get burned down with the Rings of Flames.
The Rings of Flames will definitely chunk him down, and Traders walk away with the turtle as well as some kills in hand. And this is the thing, you should not face checks by yourself.
Yes.
Especially when you are playing in a competitive matchup.
Correct.
Such as is this MPL here. Aeon still faring really well, but this is Swan almost face checking for a second time coming here. Flicker being popped up as well. This is going to be Fate alongside with the rest of Traders taking away that crab, but more action over a river here as Sen goes hit to it with one of the members of Traders here. Ewan,
Looks like Traitors wants to go in. They have the clone. They have Dexter over there, just do some damage as Eudora getting the kill onto Flash Tyrants here. At the meantime, the team is just looking really solid onto Trader's side. Perhaps they just found the solution, the formula for their previous mistakes. Xian with the very nice hurricane dance is going to push somebody off guard.
Nice.
And Kaya as well. Oh no, that was a very nice move by Team Flash Tyrants, but then there's no follow-up.
Oh my goodness, that pull was so great
Yes.
coming from Kaya, but they could have finished someone up.
There was no damage dealer.
This ultimate without any follow-ups, but
Our
that's gonna be
turret
one more
has
member
been
getting caught out here.
destroyed.
Arrow trying to get the catch, but he's being stuck under the turret here. The flicker being popped out, he will be safe for now, but the Harley is playing tricks onto some of these members from Flash Tyrants. Aeon for dropping low, Arrow will be the next one as the battle duet comes out from the side of Abi. Abi will back away, and now this is going to be E1 being focused down from the rest of Flash Tyrants. Not enough damage output from all members, both just fan out for now.
Both are somewhat playing aggressively yet cautiously at the same moment. They don't want to risk things up because they know that if one kill, it's like a domino effect. The first kill then leads to the second kill and the third kill in their team fight. So they somewhat just reduce as much HP coming in and to later follow up with that. Meanwhile, you can see that the rest of the members are still engaging with one another, but then Flash Tyrants not having the upper hand in this mid lane battle as one member falls down. Harley, bottom lane, just solo farming for his goal. The rest of the 4 members of Team Traitors, they're gonna split out again and try to create more harassment. Can they steal this? No, it would be Alice.
enough.
Yeah, it was close enough.
But Clock of Destiny has been purchased from the side of Kuchik as well as Hangus. They're going in for a kill over onto Swan, but Swan pops up the flicker right in time. They will be able to take the top lane tower down. Traders here getting more goalies as Flash Tyrants are slowly bleeding out. They're marching into the mid lane here. I'll be getting caught out, and that's going to be a mega kill going over on the side of Hangus. Hangus might be able to get more here, but Lancelot will be able to slay the Bane and also get the mid lane tower eventually, but they will have to back away for now.
Remember Kaya. It looks like they're gonna go in with another kill and another kill as well. Another one comes in. Lancelot with the double kill. And now Flash Tyrants, they are actually facing the deja vu nightmare which was happening in Team Traitor side.
Well, I'm pretty sure Fate kind of felt like DJ Khaled for a moment. He goes like, another one, and another one. And now look at all these kills. And he's just creating so much opportunities for himself. He picked up 3 kills, and now he's got the endless battle. Demon Hunter Sword being bought out by the side of Claude as well. But he will need the Golden Staff to come online. So they need to buy more time for Obby to come online from the side of Flash Tyrants. They're still holding on for pretty long, but in terms of kill score, Traders is having that lead right now. That's gonna be one more catch.
Oh, here comes Eon. A lot of trouble for the Bane and will get slayed, torn, whatever you say, by Fates, Lancelot. I just love this 4-1 rotation. It just brings so much versatility at the same time, not much risk because you are just giving havoc into the opponent team. And even though Team Flash Tyrants wants to emulate that particular rotation, it's not working out for them in this round. Oh, it looks like the Lord is over there, and unfortunately he's not able to steal the Lord, but then Team Flash Tyrants wants to go in for the kill. They are unable to do so as the rest of the members will fall back. It seems that Aeon was there. Aeon wants to get at least 1 kill as the revenge consolation prize, but then it's not enough.
Definitely not. Flicker's coming through, and that's going to be catch over. Giving that surprise attack. Now, Flash Tyrants kind of having a couple of catches here, but that Lord will be marching through the bottom lane here. And the items are coming out from the Akai already, some tank items, but looking into all these mages that are playing today, with the Truncheon has been brought from the side of Lun as well. So that Ice Cream Wall will be proved to be pretty handy for that Alice.
Team Traitors winning that war actually, even though they lost 1 member in the hand of Chow. having the Lord and actually getting the kills in their favor. Another turret falls down once more. Team Traitors marching with the almighty Lord Swan, getting stunned over here. The rest of the members of Team Traitors, they want to put the dagger in the hearts of Flash Tyrants because they are traitors themselves. But it looks like Kaya is able to secure the kill for Flash Tyrants. Flash Tyrants are going to get burnt down. Trade kills coming in from both sides of the team. Alice killing off another member. Claw killing off another member with a double kill as well, leaving only Lancelot alive. Flash Tyrants doing not only a good defense but a great offense.
Finally, you see Flash Tyrants coming online, showing them what they're made of. Traders had to fall in that fight itself. Fate, as much as he has been trying to carry all these team fights, he was split pushing over a mid side, and the rest of Traders got caught over on the bottom lane. Now, Flash Tyrants should be able to challenge the next Lord Call. Fate is already split pushing over top lane, mid lane. They have 3 members as well. Alice, so far, being played pretty well. She's been leading the charge.
Catch from the Hurricane Dance of Arkai, and the rest of Team Traitors, they will suffer with that, but then they were able to get that consolation kill. That was a good kill in the trade-off here as Cloud is solo pushing at the bottom lane.
Yeah, and I think that they really have to deal with Obby right now, because if they don't, they will eventually have so many towers being taken away from the side of Flash Tyrants, not being able to catch him out just in time. He goes back into the base. Wow. Oh, too close for comfort.
But that was actually a very nice evasive move. You gotta give credit, right? A little bit of credit from there. Meantime, it's already, we are actually going into 12-minute mark, while Team Traitors still having the gold lead, but anything is possible. Flash Tyrants are still going strong as E1 comes in with his Grok with the ulti and separating the members of Flash Tyrants. Cloud wants to do the blazing duet, but it's not enough as Lancelot lands another kill onto Kaya. The rest of the members of Team Flash Tyrants has no choice but to bail out, because although in between enemy lines, Team Traitor, they are finding them, and they're gonna find it in behind the 3 turrets. Monk bullet comes in. Chow, watch out, Chow will kill off before falling down to Alice. Bane as well, getting a consolation kill coming in, but Alice drops down to the ground dead for the next 35 seconds. Only leaving 35 seconds, only leaving Bane left alive to fend for this base.
And Aeon, And Aeon just have that small sliver of health, just have that small sliver. I pretend I don't see anything there coming from the Kaya, but well, he can't exactly catch out the Grok anyways. Right. So this double mage composition is working pretty well for the side of Traders. What a surprise. Now look into this. Clock of Destiny, they got the Truncheons, they got so much damage output that they only drop once or twice.
Correct.
Battle. And once again, Harley being the main pick for either side of these teams here. Trader possibly could push this to game 3.
I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but you have to look at the time. It's already 13 minutes down the clock.
Yeah,
Albie with the clock 14 levels already. He's going to reach level parity. The equalization will be the key factor for Flash Tyrants, because once they hit late game, Aura and Harley being that, a threat in the late game situation. But then, again, Obby is going to get stuck once more. He's managed to take down Harley, but Harley says, you know what? I'm not going to let you survive as well. You're going to go down with me. We're going to go down.
Yeah, I love that. Because even though he goes down, he managed to brought down that Claude with him. Like, man, that's not the best situation that you asked for, but they couldn't have. They can't have it anywhere else. So, Flash Tyrants trading 1 for 1. Now, Lord is watching on the bottom lane. They are slowly putting their focus over on the top side now. They have Lancelot and Grok. What are they going to do? They have a 2-2-1 formation.
From their laning phase, but at the same time, Team Traitors, they have the upper advantage. They have map control. They have the knowledge of the enemies. They can start attacking sneaky beaky like right now. Arrow with the charge is just waiting patiently for his teammates to come in, especially the Almighty Lord. The Almighty Lord will swing his dear hammer here as the rest of the members, G-Traders go in. Xian will be the first to come in at least to use Hurricane Death, but he's going to get meltdown really, really fast. And unfortunately, we do have a technical pause. Oracle Gust comes in for Kaya to increase a little bit of HP coming in. What say you, Contra?
Well, I don't know how this is gonna go because, oh my, it looks like it's coming back to us. And hello guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the game. And it looks like it's a really difficult situation for the side of Flash Tyrants because Harley's pushing over the top lane. The rest of the members are over on the
Bottom lane, correct.
And well, it seems to me that they're having some latency issues. Some players are facing some sort of lag. We do apologize, but definitely it should be sorted out in a couple of minutes. Now,
a couple of minutes. A couple of seconds indeed. And look at his Team Traitors just taking advantages of Team Flash Tyrants' disadvantage. And of course, loopholes in hand. They are going to suffer another turret down. And it looks like there's only one more turret left, which is the middle turret. Flash Tyrants are not having the best time of their life. This is very, very difficult for them to climb up right now.
So far, nobody has shown exactly. So let's have a look into the Clot's item. He does have his main items up, but he needs
there's Golden Staff, Athena Shield, Demonic Hunter Sword, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
and a little bit of the, this is not rapid boots, I forgot what's his boots again, they're blue color boots. It kind of gives the agility if not mistaken. Instead of speed, yeah.
Now, looking into the game once more, Eon still looking for a target to be caught out right here, and that's going to be Aeon waiting for E1. Both of the names are pretty close to each other. Now, this is going to be Swan. Might just be able to catch out that arrow right there. Immortality being brought out by Fate. That's going to give them so much trouble from the side of Flash Tyrants. Eon just walking through, and they managed to catch out onto Lun. Are they going for this as the Grout will be able to take down that Alice? They're going in for more. Are they going to catch out Swan as well?
Oh, nice move by Kaya over there. Is able to evade any BS coming in from Team Traitors. Meanwhile, Flash Tyrants trying their dear lifeline, especially for this final tier 3 turret. And Traitors, they just can play. Okay, I wouldn't want to say they can play their time because they still have Obby with their marksman.
The waves coming in, so I think that they can't hold this one out, but looks like Traitors are looking to close the game.
Oh, nice move coming in from E1 there, but he will be fallen down. Immortality just pops up for him, giving him the second chance in life. But then Harley comes in with the kill, and the rest of the members of Team Traitor are good. Way of the Dragon coming in, skipping him up over there, and now they have no more turrets left. They only have the Nexus base to defend off. And that's more damage being done already by Team Traitors.
Yeah, they lose 3 lives there, but they still hold on to that Nexus. Right now, all these last items have been bought by the side. Let's have another look at the replay. E1 charges right through, trying to look for all his members, slams them, and that immortality does save Fate for the moment. And let's have a look at the way of the dragon, kicking Swan into the team, and now you see Kaya did in that split second.
I feel like Team Traitor wanted to end the game in one sense that they killed off 2 members already. They just want to go end the Nexus base, but like you mentioned, the median waves aren't ready yet, and they were already down by a lot of health. What Team Traitor could do is, instead of going in straight ahead, they could just fall back, they could just reset, wait for the minion wave to come by. At the very least, it kind of saves up their members. I think they lost 2 casualties from there, so
yeah, they did.
It's not that worth it, I feel, in my own opinion. But at the same time, they might be feeling confident. They feel like, hey, we got enough damage, let's just go through the Nexus.
It could have been a little bit cleaner. Like
yes, I feel like they could have went back and perhaps take Lot as well. The Lot was, I think, no, there was no Lot. Were there a Lot at the time? I forgot already.
I think they took once, but
was it on the respawn time?
It's about to spawn.
Yes, correct.
I think it's not going to take too long for them. But unfortunately, some of the players are still having a little bit of difficulties. We do apologize for those of you guys who are watching. I'm not sure if Flash Tyrants should leave their base for this, because if somebody split pushes, like the Harley on the bottom lane right now, he's setting up the waves. But all these middle waves are equally balanced, and now they're trying to attempt to pull all these members so that Harley can actually backdoor.
Oh no, this is gonna be a smart move. This is the Lord bait that most of us casters normally won't see because we are too engaged in the fight. While we look at the Harley from the bottom lane just pushing onwards, it seems like Team Traitor is winning this war. Comes in one another, deadly catch just come in. Kerchi, on the other hand, is just backdooring over there, trying to juke away from his battle. It's a nice move by Xian to stop that push. At the same time, Flash Tyrants just turning the tides of the battlefield. They're gonna go in with one, not two, but triple kill. Skippity pop pop, call me that right now. And now Arrow will be running away. He doesn't want any BS. He doesn't want to die. He doesn't want to go down to the graveyard. My goodness, this is not a good choice. He's able to push out Aeon as Kerchi goes in with the Ring of Flame. Can that magic, deadly magic comes and burning out? No, it's not enough. Aeon still surviving over here as Arrow.
Question is slowing the Lord right now. He's by himself. Lune coming in for the backup here. And Traders losing out this Lord. This could spell trouble for the side of Traders. This might be the epic comeback from the side of Flash Tyrants to close this game for a 2-0. But my oh my, they committed to the split push strat. They wanted to pull them. They did pull them.
Yes.
But they lost that fight.
It's a backfire. One miss team fight. They lose. They out. You're going to go game 3. However, Team Traitors are not all the woods yet. They still can perhaps,
I'm
kind of lose.
I'm pretty sure this right now is a 50-50. As much as kill scores are still on the side of Traders, Flash Tyrants, if they get that wipeout, they will close out the game for sure. Lord is being escorted over to the bottom lane. Not too sure if they should extend any further. The Grok is coming from the back, and Swan may be able to catch out Arrow right here.
Oh, looks like the team fight comes in right now. This is the do or die situation. Look at Cloud just dealing damage, tons of damage onto Arrow. And look at E1. This Grok is not safe from the guns, from the bullets of our dear friend Cloud. And of course, it's top lane. Oh, Demo. Look at that. Bane is just trying to solo push down there. The rest of the members of Traitors have no choice but to fall back.
This is a taste of their own medicine. We saw Harley doing a last bit push, but Bane himself has his own plans. And we talk about late game Bane, how well he split pushes. He just uses that to the best of his abilities. Although Cho is going to get caught out by himself, he goes back to safety.
Yeah. But then again, still, Traitors, this is the game that they shouldn't lose. This is the game that should have won early on, but then the late game is real. The suffering starts right now. Cloud is so fast. Look at the divine judgment coming from Swan. The Lord doesn't even matter. Damage over here, trying to chase down Arrow onto Eon's Bane, and it will be done. Enemy turrets has been destroyed. The rest of the members of Team Flash Tyrants will push in forward. This is the comeback that they don't deserve, but they will go in for the but no, wait a minute. Grog is at the kill off. Harley as well to end now. Oh, this is a little bit big mistake coming in from Team Flash Tyrants. Team Traitors punishing right now. Kerchik, look at that Harley. Hurricane Nuts, very nice timing, but then this is overall coming in here. Oh my goodness, the rest of the members will suffer. Flash Tyrants need to fall back. They cannot afford to lose any more members already.
They're marching through the mid lane right now. My oh my, what a turn of events. Traders now on the forefront. Last immortality being bought out by the Bane as well. But it's like 50-50, 60, 65, back to 50.
It's the 50-50 game right now. I feel like I'm just having a gut feeling.
Yeah.
Flash Tyrants, if they do this right, they win team fight.
Yeah.
That's all. But Flash Tyrants, if they lose the core members in terms of damage dealing, they are out of basically they lose this round of the game. Because why? They don't have any more turrets. It's a straight touch and go towards the Nexus base.
But then again, mid lane is open up. Flash Tyrants win the fight as well. So it's really a 50-50 we're talking about. All these very last enhancement potions coming through. That's going to give Hangmas a little bit more power. But that Lord is not going to be touched by either team. Lancelot might be able to catch out that Kaya retreating. This is going to be a 5v4. All of them are retreating.
No, they have to retreat.
At
the same time as well, they have to deny this Lord coming in. If Flash Tyrants wants to go in for the Lord, it's not even smart anymore to go in for the other fights. But then looks like Team Traitors, they want to take the fight. It goes in with the first spin onto Grok, and it looks like there will be a pause being called out. Hopefully there's a technical issue coming in, and yes, the game will be paused at this moment.
Now, looks like Fate did call off the toss.
Yeah.
As much as they were having that sort of advantage, unfortunately, there's a lot of issues in between the game. It's hitting the peak of the moment because they're about to attempt more.
Yes, that's what it was like. The moment that we want to go like super duper in and of a hypeness, but you know, we can predict from the wall. Let's try to predict from the wall instead while we are waiting for the technical
Okay,
pause.
so looking at the war, they went in for the fight.
Correct.
War, they went in for the fight.
Correct.
So that the Kaya alongside with if I'm not
They
mistaken,
lost Kachik's Harley, so one damage dealer is already out of the.
I think he should be able to spawn in within at least 10 seconds, 15 seconds around there. Because he died quite some time ago, then they rush in.
I think will be around 30 seconds, at least 30 seconds. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Maybe.
So you're down with one member, and traitors wanting to take the fight. So this is something interesting.
Yeah, and I'm not sure because like they have the frontliners, they have people who can soak the damage, such as the Grok. But now we see the side of Flash Tyrants entering the jungle. So if the Grok can just cut off the exit,
Correct.
they should be able to pick out maybe Kaya or even the Alice. So if that happens, that might just
Plan according to
Yeah.
their script.
yeah. So like 50-50 still. So come on, KBC.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure the viewers here are just as because
Yeah,
like
correct.
this is so close. But for you, who would you give this game to if we were to say like if
It has
you
to
were-
be traitors game. It
Right.
has to be from the start of the game, from the moment a minute they were dominating early on.
everybody loves comeback story. So do I. So
Oh, okay, sure. But you know, again, traitors, they are playing a solid game. It's just that they could not control the late game meta because again, you don't have heroes to play or perform in the meta right now, especially in the late phase. But then we'll get into the war as we continue. Will it follow the script, the storyline for that comeback potential? It looks like Team Traitors having the upper advantage over here. So some members of Flash Tyrants fall down, but then they will get down. Eudora and Kaya will kill up Chow. The rest of the members of Team Traitors are trying to run away from it. They're alive, only leaving E1 alone. Flash Tyrants, this is their do or die situation. They need to take this war turret of the game right now to end the war. E1 doing his very best to stall the front. Unfortunately, Immortality pops out and it's not enough. Kachik, meanwhile, he's able to stun his sight. And no, it's not enough. It's out. Flash Tyrants
2-0.
achieving the impossible there. The late game saves their life. Contra.
My oh my. This is the comeback of the century. We see Flash Tyrants. So these members from the side of Traders.
Yep.
And Traders, they could have closed the game way early on, but when we talk about the late game, Flash Tyrants. But I think all these has been pretty phenomenal, alongside with Swan as well as Aeon.
Yes, indeed, and you got to give credit as you got to give credit as well to Xian playing, even though not the best Arca in hand, but he still is able to get at least 11 assists. I don't think Xian is really comfortable being a tank player. He's a multiplayer, but I feel like his roles could be a bit different. Perhaps he just want to try or give the best roles advantage to the rest of his teammates. At the same time, you can check out the highlights that Traitor was leading the pedal to the medal all game.
Yeah.
Until 20-minute mark.
Yeah.
That's where you suddenly feel the cracks coming out.
Yeah, and early game, Traders look so good, especially the Harley. They managed to pick up so many kills on that Harley, and Cho was just setting it up for them. And this is where Eudora also popped up as well. And we talked a lot about the double mage comp. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I say this round it did work, but they should have closed the game way earlier on. And they played that really risky move where we talked about that time when they were trying to attempt the Lord at the same time as split pushing.
Correct.
That definitely backfired so hard that Flash Tyrants came back, and this is just so many battles being won from the side of Traders, just climbing right through. This is the first Lord that was taken down. They held on. They lost that tower though, but look at all.
You think of something like this, Traitors take down every single turret. There wasn't any room to hide for Flash Tyrants to either do something with it. The map control was theirs already, but like you said, Lord comes in, just pushing it out, and then Team Flash Tyrants just turning the tables away with multiple Lord steals. Multiple Lord possessions, and it just changed the whole playing field of Team Traitor. And I like to make a note out of this. This is one of the longest games right now.
Yeah, one of it. But I think that it's not exactly the longest, but it's definitely on
one of them, yeah.
So you can see time and time again, traders taking so many risks. They shouldn't dive so deeply, but that's an amazing play coming from Arrow in a wall. Just have a look at the Arrow right now. He's trying to get a catch over onto Xian as well as Aeon. Then Harley managed to stay off that Akai. Look at Swan. Get kicked right there with the Way of the Dragon.
And I want to add on to it, Arrow actually did a really good job as well. He kind of moved the deadly catch ulti away. He just solo pushing it so his teammates are not affected. But then again, this is where the part I was questioning to Team Traitors. Why are you guys so rushed? Why you guys really want to go in too greedily, just go and take down the next, wait for the next creep, or at least wait for the, Lord was already wanting to respawn already, so they kind of punished themselves. That was a little bit of mistake coming in, I feel, for Team Traitor side. They could have played it way cleaner.
I totally agree with you there, KBC Sensei. And now look at this team fight from the side of Flash Tyrants. They almost had it in the back, and look at Alice all the way onto the enemy lines, taking so much turret shots, and he's still alive. Swan just trying to do the best as he can for his teammates. Aeon stopping him with that romp, and at the end of the game, he's got.
I just want to say, like, the late game, anything can happen. I think Mobile Legends is one of those games that, as you prolong the game, your mistakes gets bigger. Your winning chances somewhat gets bigger as well, especially when you're the team that's leading front hand.
Yeah.
So because it's somewhat like you put so much gas onto the first half of the game, but it comes to the later part of it, it gets slower and slower, and then your car just suddenly get overtaken by the other team.
Running out of gas right here, and that's what happened to the side of Traders. So congratulations once again to Flash Tyrants.
Flash Tyrants cleaning up the sweep, denying Team Traitors for the Singaporean Kingslayers, correct me if I'm wrong. And now, congratulations as well to, again, they get 3 points in total with a 2-0 clean sweep. GGWP to Team Traitors, they can try harder again in the next upcoming series. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go for a short break as we will move into our final game today, which is, of course, Team Borneo Dragons going up against Team Icon MY. And of course, MPL is brought to you by EGG Network and Moonton. We'll be right back after this short break.
Welcome to another episode of Hero Spotlight, where we introduce the latest heroes of Mobile Legends. This week we are releasing any fellow who can steal practically anything. In fact, with the help of his trusty sidekick Dexter, Cloud has never failed a job. After going to great lengths to acquire Mr. Rooney's mysterious device, Cloud made quite a few enemies and has no choice but to join the battlefield. As the Lord of Thieves, Cloud is ridiculously difficult for enemies to catch. In the off chance that Cloud and Dexter find themselves caught in the tight scuffle, they are able to unleash a devastating barrage of gunfire upon enemies to make a great escape. For his first skill, Cloud robs his enemies of movement and attack speed within a fan-shaped area, dealing physical damage in the process. If the crowd control of this skill wasn't enough, Cloud gains a certain amount of the movement and attack speed he robbed from enemy units. Although the precise amount depends on the number of enemy units affected, Cloud can get a higher buff if he steals movement and attack speed from enemy heroes, so keep that in mind. Using this skill, Cloud can ensure that he can move freely while hindering his enemies, thus creating a safer environment for him to eliminate enemies. As for his second skill, Cloud uses Mr. Rooney's device to summon a mirror image of Dexter, which auto-attacks enemy units. Activating the skill again allows Cloud to instantly teleport to the mirror Dexter's location, indeed making Cloud quite difficult to catch. Dexter's mirror image deals physical damage and carries the effects of his basic attacks. This skill is highly flexible and is great for when Cloud wants to make an epic attack or a dashing retreat. Try using the skill to break into enemy lines, then activate Cloud's ultimate for a devastating attack. Using the skill, even if Cloud's ultimate is not ready, 50-degree attack that deals continuous physical damage to at most 2 enemy units. This skill also carries the effects of basic attacks and gives Cloud a temporary shield. Any attack speed buffs will increase the hits of damage dealt. Using Cloud's ultimate with equipment items that buff the effects of basic attacks, such as Golden Staff, can result in massive damage against enemy units. Regarding the 2-target limitation, we highly recommend to only use Cloud's ultimate when there are only 2 enemy heroes nearby for greater damage. Also, be sure to take advantage of the added shield to launch a deadly counterattack against enemies. Finally, for his passive, Cloud's partner in crime, Dexter, will help him attack, dealing bonus damage to Cloud's targets. Keep in mind, this passive carries the bonus effects of basic attacks. Therefore, we highly recommend Cloud to equip items that buff the effects of basic attacks. As for the equipment items, we recommend the following presets. Cloud's passive and ultimate are both highly dependent on basic attack effects. Thus, Golden Staff is a perfect pick. Cloud, being able to deal 2 hits of damage, can easily activate the effects of Golden Staff. In terms of emblem sets, we highly recommend everyone to use the Marksman emblem set, which provides strong lifesteal effects and DPS buffs, all of which are great with Cloud's nature. As for talents, definitely try using Greed, Swift, and Weakness Finder. In fact, definitely use Weakness Finder as it greatly helps Cloud when exerting crowd control and reaping. For battle spells, we recommend using Inspire. In our eyes, there is no better battle spell for enemies. He summons a mirror image and immediately teleports away from Johnson and Aurora's dangerous attacks. What a clutch move. Now Lancelot and Freyr are coming in hot. Cloud activates his devastating ultimate and eliminates both. Cloud switches positions with the mirror image once again to dodge another of Johnson's attacks. Cloud eliminates Aurora and Layla as they attempt to escape. Johnson's rushing back into the skirmish, but he is no match for Cloud's hit-and-run shots. Wow, a pentakill. And that's Mobile Legends' latest hero, Cloud, coming soon for 599 diamonds or 32,000 battle points. Make sure to take advantage of the 30% launch week discount. And until next time, we'll be seeing you in the land of Dawn.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Hi everyone, we meet again in this new episode.
And welcome back, everybody, once again. My name is Contra. Here with me is KBC Sensei. This is the MPL Season 2, brought to you by EGG Network as well as Ubuntu. Now, we saw some really crazy games today, and that final game was an epic comeback earlier on from the side of Flash Tyrants. But
How to do it?
Speaking of number 3, this is going to be Icon versus the side of Borneo Dragons FV. Now, we have some videos left for you guys, so let's check it out.
Borneo Dragons FV, today's challenge, it's called Chop Long Stick. I have in front of me green peas and red beans. You're gonna go 1v1, and the person who collects the most wins. The loser gets punished. Green peas get you 1 point because they're easier to catch. The red beans get you 2 points. And you have 2 minutes on the clock. So you're going first. And you. One, 2, 3, go! Okay, alright. Okay. Come on, catch it, bro. Come on, do it. Come on, you can do it Kung Fu Panda style. You can hit each other's chopsticks. Come on. Don't let the Borneo Dragons down, man. 1 minute down, 1 minute to go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay. I'm gonna count now. 1, 2, 3, 31, 33, 35. 35 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. You lose. And he has a lot more. 1, 2, 3, go! Okay, come on. Fight with your chopsticks, man. Come on. Yes, throw his chopsticks away. And done. No more. 19, 20, 22, 24, 26, 26. 1, 2, 3. 15, 16, 17, 18, and a lot more 2 points. So you win. 3, 2, 1. Take your chopsticks off my face. Oh, he's got 2? Okay, alright. I'm gonna focus. Okay, I shouldn't have fought him early. What is this? Look at that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. More left, guys. Who has more hate for this guy? Oh. Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. I can't catch his cheeks, dude. Oh, he's got a dimple. Can you smile a bit? Yes. On my count. 1, 2, 3. I hate Borneo dragons afterwards. I officially hate them. Okay, do it on my count. 1, 2. I never said 3. I didn't say 3. Come on, man.
Oh my god, that looks really, really painful. And Faraz kind of deserve it for kind of cheating there, so...
Definitely, he should deserve that. But anyways, Hal, we're going to talk about Borneo Dragons FB, the only team coming in from East Malaysia. You can follow them on their Facebook page at Borneo Dragons Mobile Legends. We have Gato, K, ADZ, Miracle, and All-Do. And this team has proven really, really well as the upcoming Rise. They won the previous game against Cyan Reborn 2-0. So perhaps this could be a great start for them. Not in Chop Long Sticks challenge, but just Mobile Legends alone.
Yeah, but that goes to show that they are really good with their reactions and quick fingers. Like, you can see how he just blocked off Faraz from taking all those nuts. But of course, key players coming from the side of Borneo Dragon is none other than the Gushin coming in for the side of Gato. You can see somewhat of a standard build coming in from every other Gushin player, except for the fact that he is the top 34 in terms of global ranking for Gushin. Now, looking into the emblem, he takes Impure Rage so that he can dish out that extra damage according to percentage health as well as mana and retribution, just to make sure that he gets that level quickly ahead from everyone else. So Gato definitely is one player that you have to look out for.
I love how he implements immortality as his last item build in this particular Gushin, because somewhat he kind of thinks of the mid to late game situations where Gushin at the same time will get burnt out really quickly by the opposing team in terms of the high damage output dealers. So immortality, Icon MY.
Check it out.
Icon. 6 people right here beside me. I'm going to give you different categories, okay? We're going to play for 5 rounds. For example, let's say I give you a category of animals, all right? We're going to start from here, and then you go around. So you'll say a name of an animal, for example, dog. Then you have to say cat, elephant. You just go around, and the person who pauses, fumbles, when that person loses, each of you have a pillow with you, right? That's when you go in and hit him in the face, okay? Round 1. 5 different categories. We can start from there. For example, this one is Malaysian foods, my first category. So if he starts, he can say nasi lemak. You have to be fast. If you stop, if you mess up, if you fumble, you get hit by pillows. Okay, Malaysian food. You ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Lemak, cendol, nasi dagam, nasi kandar, lemang, nasi goreng kampung, kuih lapis, rojak.
Pillow time. Go. I'll give you an example. This can be anything that is not on your PC, not on your phone, okay? No sports, actually. Just games. 1, 2, 3, go!
Police entry. Congkak.
I'm not doing traditional games anymore because Unta can't definitely do it. We're gonna move to sports.
Round 3.
Okay, any kind of sports is possible, not esports. So, like football, basketball, swimming, anything. Anything you see in the Olympics, FIFA World Cup, whatever. Any kind of sports. 1, 2, 3, go.
Rugby. Ping pong. Wrestling. Cricket. Basketball. Football.
You can say the zoo, Negara, wherever that tourists go to, basically. Okay? 1, 2, 3, go.
Pangko. Legoland. Sawi Likut. Redang. Pulau Langkawi. Kota Ipoh Musa. KLCC. Pulau Tioman. Pulau Tioman.
Oh my God! Next category is MLBB heroes. On my count, 1, 2, 3, go!
Fasha. Akai. Zilong. Franco. Lapu-lapu. Cho. Change. Idora. Beksana. Franco. Natalia.
Franco was said once.
Ada?
Yep. Okay. I have to check, but if I'm not mistaken, Unta is the ultimate loser. And I'm gonna count 1 minute. No sensitive areas allowed. No sensitive areas allowed. Just over here. Okay, here is fine as well. Ready?
Okay.
Yeah! 1, 2, 3, go! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How did it feel, guys?
Enjoy.
Yeah, you feel good? Okay, I just have one last question. Unta, if you could beat one of these guys right now for 1 minute, who would it be?
Papa. 1 minute, start now.
1 minute, start now! I'm just kidding, man.
Man, I really feel bad for Unta there. He's just getting pounded by pillows after pillows. And this is Team Icon. Do follow them on Facebook, Icon ML. Arrow as support, Zen as assassin or fighter. Come to Papa. Their main man will be a multiplayer. He plays a lot of different kind of heroes. And King Katum as well, alongside with Sino. All these are multiplayers alongside with Unta, the one that got hit by the pillows. He is assassin or a fighter. Now, we can see all these players, they have such a great team environment.
Yeah.
They have a gaming house. I heard the team is, of course, managed by Mr. Koken himself. And I think that they've come a long way. And now they're matching against Asia Saiyan on top of the table.
Yes,
so,
indeed.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
And this is why Unta wants to hit Come to Papa, because Come to Papa will be your key player for this week as he runs with the Kagura. You can see that it's 953 matches on his belt and 79% win rate. You can see the equipment builds over here. You guys want to follow up, you can either just copy or screenshot it right now. The emblems, he will run with the magic worship and spells, which is retribution. Just trying to get enough jungle creeps in the secure range alongside stealing Lord and Turtle.
Yeah, and we've seen him play so many magnificent plays from Kagura. He also played Moscow.
Correct.
He plays every single hero that's available, and also he's pretty good looking as well. You can see all his poses. He was like, man.
He knows how to style. He knows how to model it, literally. And it looks like those.
Tapi walau bagaimanapun kami akan coba yang terbaik kalahkan nggak kamu. Bonyo Dragon, I aiming Steph. Because last time you are my old squad mate, I also not scared to you. I'm ready for it.
And it's gonna be East versus West Malaysia here, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams coming in from our hometown here, in our nation. But it's gonna be whether the East side is gonna take the victory of this series or Team Icon from the West.
And looks like Icon have this really stiff rivalry
little
here.
friendly rivalry.
Yeah, because
coming
like
in.
Steph used to be teammates with one of the members from Icon there, and that's actually gonna be interesting because they kind of know each other inside out, how they play, and this is gonna be interesting as we go into game 1. Borneo Dragons FV on the blue side, and now Icons on the red.
Yes, indeed. They will ban out Cho. This is definitely a respect ban coming out from Team Borneo Dragons. They don't want to face Sino's Cho. We did talk about the levels with Cho will to be played by Sino. It was a whole new different ball game. Icon is like a whole new team of his own.
He's got really quick reactions just to kick them out with the Raider Dragon.
And it looks like Team Icon is going to ban out Bane and then Cloud. For the very first time, I think, is in the ban phase. This is very interesting. I never thought to this day Cloud will be the main or will get banned in the ban phase itself.
Yeah, and I think in the previous days for this week we see a couple of Cloud bans, but is it really worth it? Because they're kind of unleashing every single party picks here, such as Helkert, you have Grok and all that.
At the same time, Team Icon can take Selena, they can take Jawhead, they can take Martis if they want to, and it looks like they're going to take Selena, but then Lapu, Natalia as well. There was a rework in Natalia. And
I love the updates. She looks really hot right here.
But somewhat she gets nerfed. The ultimate did not work as much into her favor already. The ultimate just let her stagnantly just claw her way damage. But I'm not sure. Let's see how Team Icon responds to this. I know they had used a lot of Natalia in their games, so perhaps with this little bit of nerf, they still can be able to manage her in one coin.
And now they actually opt in for the Jawhead instead, so they were trying for quite a long time. With the, I guess like he got hit with so much pillows, and it's like, man, you better don't troll around with that, Natalia, or I'll get you another one. You know. So now. BD, they have a lot of options left on the table as well. Now they've already got tank, maybe a support pick, Hayabusa. We totally left off Hayabusa because we haven't seen him around for the past few games. It's going to be paired up with the Martis, pretty good zoning potential. But man, that's going to be Minotaur from the side of Icon. Wow.
They can go with a mage if they want to. In the sense that, yes, they do have Selena as a mage / assassin, but they can go with another fighter to kind of like
they
can the damage.
You
it will be a mage. So Harley will be played. I like this. I think I know their game plan. Just go all aggressively, finish it off as soon as possible. At the same time, Team Borneo Dragons, I think they're going to follow suit. Because I feel like Borneo Dragons, currently, if they want to go with a marksman, it's going to be a little bit risky. You sacrifice a lot of items. If you want to go for a marksman, you kind of build for that marksman in terms of a drafting session. It looks like they're going to go with Eudora.
I think Eudora is a pretty decent pick so far for a mage. But it's going to be a Lancelot, so that's double assassination coming from inside.
More damage and more pushing power in hand.
I actually like this because if you think about it, even when they go in for a wombo combo, they don't really know who to focus because you have Grok in the front line alongside with Martis, then Hayabusa is very slippery alongside with Lancelot as well, then you have Eudora. So it's like as long as they get protected Eudora, they should be able to take out at least a couple of members here. But over from the side of Icon, one last pick.
They're not going to choose Lapu or Natalia.
I don't think so.
I think they're just trolling us. Oh, no way, they will!
This is going to be... This is still being played out here. Now, some reworks here, I would say that it's going to be quite a slight buff to Natalia as well, to say, but not exactly putting her on the top of the table.
Not in the rotations of many teams. So it'll be interesting to see what Team Icon has for her in store. At the same time, predictions, Contra.
Well, judging from how things are going with Borneo Dragon FV taking down Saiyan Reborn yesterday, I think that Borneo Dragon is riding on that high tides right now. And from the draft itself, I think it's a really solid pick. I think Borneo Dragons do have a chance to at least take one game away from Icon. So for this round, I give it to the side of BD.
I'm gonna go with Team Icon. They have two menacing hero picks in Selena and Jawhead. So perhaps Icon can show us. I just need to see how effective this Natalia is. And don't forget, they have Harley, early to mid game damage, and Minotaur.
That's true. I didn't really...
You want to change? Never mind. You just stick to your predictions yourself for the maybe next game. Okay.
I might regret it, but actually no regrets though, because Borneo Dragon FV, a really respectable team, and they might be the first team to actually take games off Icon, because so far none of them have been able to defeat Icon in a best of 3 or even in 2 straight games in a row.
Correct.
So Icon so far, as much as they are kind of tied with HSA and having 2 last games, this is going to be the first game, and on the following weeks that will be coming in a matter of time.
Nice ejection coming in from Team Icon. Sino with the Jawhead. Unfortunately, that is not enough firepower to follow up. But hey, you know what? Who's there? That's Unta. After getting hit by the pillows too many times, he will take his revenge onto the first kill of Eudora.
And as we speak of it, there's going to be 2 kills over on the side of Icon. Now, I think that they're going to purchase some interesting items with some of these kills here, as Zen is about to hit his levels already. Another boots being bought out there from the side of Error.
Here comes a one-on-one situation. No way Zenso's going to survive that from the Deadly Magic, aka the Ring of Flames. I always like to call it a Ring of Flames. You know, like, it's a ring, the fire.
Solid combo over on the bottom lane here, and I think it's just a matter of time until all of them will be able to enter these battles here. But they really have to keep an eye out for Error, because if he slams that Muno Fury, it's gonna be pretty scary. Oh no.
It looks like Martis is able to kill off Selena there, giving the first kill onto the kill boards for Borneo Dragon. At the same time, we always look onto Selena's Abyssal Traps, gives advantage of proxy and warding in the respective maps that you could not see, especially in the Fog of War situation. So I think they are able to find out that, hey, there's somebody around there, the turtle has respawned, and now they try to go in for that kill. Or at the very least, contention.
Yeah, I really love the cosmetics in the game here with the, of course, that Hayabusa skin. They're challenging some of these members here. Icon getting caught out right now, and that's going to be Kane going over onto Team Icon there. But Error tries to deny him as the Selena manages to slay one off from the side of Borneo Dragon with the turtle resetting. That's going to be Gato right in the face of Error, and that's gonna be 1 more kill over onto the hands of Icon. 5 in total, 1 on the side of Borneo Dragons, and they are still on it over onto the turtle. Gato still trying to challenge. Are they going to go in for a steal here? I don't think so.
I'm just waiting. Hayabusa can manage to do so, and unfortunately it won't be. Team Icon will get the kill, but then it looks like they will trade off 1 death from Natalia.
That 150, you give that sort of advantage, so you can see that the goal is swinging over on the side of Icon right now. They're hitting about 10k, 3,000 in difference, slightly. I think that from the side of BD, they should be able to catch up if they play it slowly. But that's going to be concentrated energy they purchase from the side of Zen.
I like how, Minotaur suddenly just go into the Fury mode, and then he's like, I want to release all my stress onto minions. Kra! And then it's like, meh.
Yeah, just for show, like, oh, that's the ejector. Getting thrown out over on that Hayabusa, but Gato will be safe under his tower. He has to clear the minion, so before he gets dived right under his tower. Now Selena, if she lands that arrow, it's gonna be devastating. Baby is coming from the back, and this is gonna be bad.
Oh, come to Papa. He will suffer from the mortar call over here, and unfortunately, it comes into play of Eudora. Will take down Selena from the backdoor side. Meanwhile, the rest of the team on Team Icon, I'm not sure is this a smart move that they want to take, and perhaps they're just trying to hold the lane at the moment.
I love how Borneo Dragons just run across from the mid lane and then into the jungle, straight to his bottom lane and smash. There goes Come to Papa. They're just trying to shut down Selena. We saw time and time again when he gets his hand on Selena, he makes magic happen. But that time, I don't think that over on the other lanes.
Oh, Unta running away again. No, he's gonna get sliced and diced down by Gato, but then Gato, he could not finish him up. Yes, he will. Oh, it's a trade kill. Oops.
Beautiful display, 1v1 mechanical prowess.
Yeah, I mean that's 2 versus 1 since he's playing up below his own turret. But hey, you know what? He's still gonna kill. That's why more very better.
That's true enough. Ads don't really have enough mana, but that's gonna be a turtle sneakily taken away by that Harley. Wow. Now Icon has 2 turtles.
Correct.
Bottom lane as well. Just gonna swing that goal lead onto 5,000 in total. Endless battle being bought by Xeno, but that's gonna be Bono Dragons clumping up over on the bottom lane.
They're just waiting, waiting for the team, whichever team were to be at the same positions. They just want to get the upper advantage on their seats. So just shock them all in here. As you can see, advantage on their seats. So just shock them all in here. As you can see, Minotaur was over there. He's trying to do something error. He did launch his ulti a bit from there, from the Fury state. But then it's not enough. The rest of the members, they did not follow up. And it's not gonna go. Meanwhile, 1 versus 1 battle comes in again for Lancelot, and Harley is just gonna stop there as well.
Yeah, and it looks like from the side of Borneo Dragons FV, they are slowly bleeding out game 1. Here. They still need a still charges right in, didn't manage to pick up that kill as the rest of Borneo Dragons. They are trying to fight back. The Tala will be able to slay down that Grok, making sure that he does not escape. But that's gonna be Minotaur just trying to slam a little bit more on that all new, but all's cool.
It's somewhat they want to get more kills out of that fight, but then Martis all new, aka all new, he's able to run away using the Ashura aura, a little bit of juxing from time to time. Borneo Dragons, however, they are not safe. They actually are down by a lot of gold, down by at least 2 turrets. And
they haven't had that main items yet.
They don't have any amazing, spectacular, game-changing fights that leads to their advantage. So, Team Icon is just holding on the pace, just waiting from time to time. I think they just want to find the opening to get a kill and get another kill and then go for a lot.
Yeah, and I think that they could also try to split push a little bit more efficiently because they send so many members to clump up, and they have 2 assassins. I think that you could at least send 1 to actually deal with this situation because Natalia and Harley is over in the bot lane. And now that might just be a little bit of steel coming through from the side of Icon. K just being a little bit of an angry rock right there, just trying to slam a little bit of these people from the side of Icon, Minotaur.
Anything in terms of map control, even though Borneo Dragons have their turrets online. Meanwhile, Miracle, aka Steph, it looks like he's going to be a little bit of a trouble situation here. All Noob is going to join the fray behind his own towers. Oh, Abyssal Arrows was a little bit over there as the whole team just disengaged and perhaps just go for Lord. No, still not ready yet.
Yeah, they're taking it slowly right now. They don't really want to risk, and just some items being bought out right there. And we saw an Oracle, an Endless Battle, and I think the Martyrs, after 1 more item, he should be able to try to duke it out alongside with Natalia, but that Abyssal Arrow from Selena might be the game changer that Icon needs.
I wonder what Martis' next item will be. Can he go for more lifesteal instead? Maybe. Or perhaps more damage like Blade of Despair. I mean, he can choose between Bloodlust X and Blade of Despair to begin with. But then, look at this team fight over here. It seems like Team Icon is going to start things off. One punch joy. I was about to say Satama from there. But then it's going to go in. Natalia with another kill despite the nerf. She's going to juke her all her way out. And Team Borneo Dragons, they are not finding the kills they want. Come to Papa. He's just challenging Eudora. Come to me. And yes, they will go onwards with ADZ right here. ADZ is a lot of trouble, but then he will not fall to the abyssal. Oh, okay.
Error just trying to save her, but there's nothing that you can do about that, Natalia. Over a mid lane, look at every single waves just crashing in. They're losing the top lane, they just lost the mid lane, and we saw Harley take the bottom lane as well.
They lost the wall and, of course, the turret controls it's not looking good. They only have 3 more turrets left behind. Borneo Dragon FV, what is your game plan? You're gonna let Lord be taken from Team Icon with all of this back control. You can see the goal difference as well.
It's pretty hard to watch, and it looks like my predictions it's slightly off, but this is going to be a team fight coming true. Oh, the ability.
Nice wall. I like this wall, but don't follow up.
Well,
They are just very afraid right now, I think. They don't really want to initiate.
because like they don't really know where the rest of Icon is, so they don't really want to go in for those very, very risky plays. Now, concentrated energy, the lightning truncheons as well. That's gonna be a Harley that you don't want to mess with. So I don't know, but I think that Lancelot, despite having those items, he's not performing that well with 0 kills and 3 deaths.
Yep.
They just catch him up pretty quickly.
Although Harley isn't that impactful, but I feel like the rest of the team, they are the ones who step up. And it's somewhat still okay, still decent in this game of phase, but at the later games, Harley needs to step up. At least, or at the very least, assist his teammates to get or finish off the kills from that angle.
The side of the Lord as well, they might just commit to it once more. Moving really quickly across the map, might just catch out either the Eudora or the Martis. Are they going for it? Because Hayabusa is still clearing out the mid wave alongside with Jaw. It is pushing over top side, Ground being sent out to top as well. And now they might be able to actually send every resources over the top lane and try to end it from there. But no, they want the Lord.
Really want the Lord, so they are going to go for a Team Icon right now. They will take this Lord into hand without any contest, as this is just Team Icon's Lord to begin with. There is no engagement, there is no pressure coming in. I think Team Borneo says that, you know what, let's just give them the Lord. Let's focus onto the next game plan, which is defend and try at the very least win this team fight.
Yeah, and I like for the fact that this game itself, both Icon and Borneo Dragons didn't actually start it off with a bang, like just go in for the kills everywhere they go.
Yeah.
They want to play it slowly, they want to wait for those items, and then they go in for a team fight. A little bit of similar of how certain Singaporean teams play. They want to make sure that everything is calculated, and now Icon has this really huge lot coming in their way. Immortality for Zen as well. Oh no, this is gonna be bad.
With the immortality, talk about lifestyle here, as here comes the first blood of this wall. Natalia goes in as well. The rest of BD will fall down. The Fallen Dragons will have to suffer more kills in hand.
Icon takes game 1.
This is basically textbook play by Team Icon. I never thought of the day that they would go really textbook. I feel like Icon is one of the teams that want to do flashy style.
Yeah, they
are
always
very
have the
flashy.
flair.
You want to have the flair, you want the style, you don't want to go with the swag. But this time around, it's very safe. Perhaps because they don't have Chow. Maybe, just maybe. But at the same time, it's effective.
Yeah, and I just love all these calls coming in from Icon, because this is something that we don't always see. But time and time again, the king of damage output has got to be come to Papa.
Yes, indeed. I feel like his Abyssal Arrows were still not that inconsistent. Like I said, you need the team to kind of follow up first, then you only can land the Abyssal Arrows. But at the same time, he does manage to get some arrows on the mark from there. And a big shout out to him as well. Abyssal Traps giving so much potential, so much map knowledge in terms of the proxy and the warding. So it gives his team, the extra advantage that, hey, they are going for the Lord, they are going for the turtle, let's just go in and challenge as well. And they can challenge.
Yeah, look at this once again. They always have a frontliner in front of them. The Minotaur absorbs everything. Unta usually will come out to be a clean-up crew. Now, this is where the Lord comes in to actually win that final team fight. Look at Arrow once more, slamming everyone up in the air, and Harley finish off that Eudora from the back, and eventually although
they don't have the tank, couldn't do much. Grot was down, so you can just try to deal enough damage, but it's not enough to save the Nexus. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, that was game 1. Team Icon will take that point away. We're going to move on to game 2. Can Team Borneo Dragons FV come back with this and force game 3, or Team Icon will go in with the clean sweep? We'll be right back after this short commercial break. But before that, MPL is brought to you by Moonton and EGG Network. We'll see you guys soon.
Welcome to another episode of Hero Spotlight, where we introduce the latest heroes of Mobile Legends. This week we are releasing the infamous Lord of Thieves, Cloud, and his simian sidekick, Dexter. As the Land of Dawn's King of Thieves, Cloud is a mischievous and sneaky fellow who can steal practically anything. In fact, with the help of his trusty sidekick Dexter, Cloud has never failed a job. After going to great lengths to acquire Mr. Rooney's mysterious device, Cloud made quite a few enemies and has no choice but to join the battlefield. As the Lord of Thieves, Cloud is ridiculously difficult for enemies to catch, and the off chance that Cloud and Dexter find themselves caught in the tight scuffle, they are able to unleash a devastating barrage of gunfire upon enemies to make a great escape. Of this skill wasn't enough, Cloud gains a certain amount of the movement and attack speed he robbed from enemy units. Although the precise amount depends on the number of enemy units affected, Cloud can get a higher buff if he steals movement and attack speed from enemy heroes, so keep that in mind. Using this skill, Cloud can ensure that he can move freely while hindering his enemies, thus creating a safer environment for him to eliminate enemies. As for his second skill, Cloud uses Mr. Rooney's device to summon a mirror image of Dexter, which auto-attacks enemy units. Activating the skill again allows Cloud to instantly teleport to the mirror Dexter's location, indeed making Cloud quite difficult to catch. Dexter's mirror image deals physical damage and carries the effects of his basic attacks. This skill is highly flexible and is great for when Cloud wants to make an epic attack or a dashing retreat. Try using this skill to break into enemy lines, then activate Cloud's ultimate for a devastating attack. Using the skill, even if Cloud's ultimate is not ready, will also throw enemies off balance, as he cuts in and out of the skirmish. Now, for Cloud's ultimate, he and Dexter join together in an explosive 360-degree attack that deals continuous physical damage to at most 2 enemy units. This skill also carries the effects of basic attacks and gives Cloud a temporary shield. Any attack speed buffs will increase the hits of damage dealt. Using Cloud's ultimate with equipment items that buff the effects of basic attacks, such as Golden Staff, can result in massive damage against enemy units. To take advantage of the added shield to launch a deadly counterattack against enemies. Finally, for his passive, Cloud's partner in crime, Dexter, will help him attack, dealing bonus damage to Cloud's targets. Keep in mind, this passive carries the bonus effects of basic attacks. Therefore, we highly recommend Cloud to equip items that buff
And welcome back to the Mpl. My name is Contra, alongside with KBC Sensei. And of course, we gotta thank Munson alongside with EGG Network for making all these happen.
Correct.
Now, this has been an exciting day of games, but we saw Icon finally playing a more convincing textbook game,
Correct.
which is very, very squeaky. Plays.
That's why you see me like, hello. I still can't believe it, because again, such a team with flair, where loves to flaunt their swag out there with the flashiest kills, the flashiest highlights. At the same time, they're playing very, very safely. So I'm like a bit confused. But again, a win is still a win.
Yeah.
Now we are moving to game 2, right?
Definitely, this shows discipline from the side of Icon, and they want to make sure that they can keep up with it. I'm not too sure, maybe it was the bands that kind of caused this shakeup in terms of the composition.
Correct.
But coming into game number 2, do you think that Borno Dragons FV have plan B?
I feel that they do have the plan. They will start on the red side, so they might want to force the bans out first, like what they do, and they want to force out Team Icon to get out of the poisons. They get 1 poison instead, while their team will get 2. So perhaps it's somewhat working in terms of their lineups in hand.
Yeah,
At the same time, they had to be careful as well, because if Team Icon were to pick up that one specific hero and they work onto the winning conditions of that particular hero, it's going to be very deadly, and Borneo Dragon might just shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Take the arrow into their knee and cry.
Arrow to the knee, man.
Arrow to the knee. Hey.
I love that meme, by the way. So now, talking about Icon, all eyes are on Come to Papa once again.
Yep.
He did some amazing arrows last game. He managed to pick off some people, but then Natalia as the last pick kind of wowed me because she got quite a number of kills.
Yes.
Picked off really effectively.
And she was hard to kill off.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
And I think last game itself, that early turtle fight really swung the tempo around the side of Icon. And I don't know, I just gotta say, super squeaky clean games. Gotta
you
give
wanna
that
show
Deadly
the
Alley
speed.
challenge for.
I feel like their drafting wasn't much of a problem, I feel. But then they have to get their cards right. They have to play it properly. As we move on to game 2, ladies and gentlemen, Team
Let's
Icon will go in for the blue side, while Team Borneo Dragons FV will go for the red, as mentioned before.
Now, we saw how Icon drafted out really smartly because they left out all these
The
pauses, but they
enemy
don't
is
want to
banning.
deal with any Hellcrit at all. So, Icon now will usually push in to actually
team is
take away, maybe force them to actually ban out this Selena once more, but they instead go in for the Natalia ban. So, I'm not too sure about this. What do you think?
I think they want to ban Natalia in a way that they feel like Unta is a bit more deadly with it. At the same time, perhaps their last ban could be Chao, and they open up all of those standard ban heroes, which is in the hero pool that we have or seen today, which
Yeah.
we get banned out as well. So maybe this is the plan. This is what we discussed before.
The
Perhaps this is
enemy
what they want
is
to do.
banning.
But it seems like Selena will
Sounds
be
pretty
out
smart.
of the game.
Yeah, and they won't have Selena, but would they open up Hayabusa, Grok, Jawhead? Could be anything right now, honestly. You saw the Cloud ban, but this could be Cho.
Your
Yep.
team is
Well,
picking.
predictions, Cheng Cheng.
Really good predictions once more. A lot of respect
The
to
enemy is
Sino,
picking.
one trick Cho, one of the best in the server, but
Be a priority pick, I feel.
Nah, I don't think so.
Let's go with Jawhead. Oh no, it's Martis. Okay.
Well,
Team is
I guess it's kind of important for them, but still, I feel like it's not exactly the best choice. Well, some of these members, I can see a silhouette of, well, I'm not too sure if they won't really want to go for that, but having a fighter, maybe, would be really good for them. So you still have Hayabusa left available if they want to take Hayabusa, but instead they managed to pick up that Claw. Now, I want to see this go to Come to Papa. Please, give it to Come to Papa. Don't troll me this time. Jawhead as well. Imagine you swing him into the fight, with him popping out the battle image clone first.
Yeah, correct.
Then he can immediately go back. Really, so that extends his range. That
Your
could be
team
pretty
is
interesting.
picking.
Correct indeed. And Team Borneo Dragons will run with Kaya and Eudora. I feel they perhaps need to go with the primary tank at the very end of the game. At the same time, Team Icon, they're going to choose Zaz.
Oh no!
What?
We talked about off-meta picks and trying to be flashy here, but Zaz, you mentioned it today.
Yeah, I mentioned Zaz today from Flash Tyrants in Season 1, the unorthodox pick, having 2 tanks to support, or at least 1 support and 1 tank to support Zaz. But at the same time, they're going to go with
Enemy
Franco. Going to go with Carry, and they don't have a primary tank in hand. This
Okay,
is
they only have
very
Kaya,
interesting.
though.
They have Kaya, but Kaya is more of a support rather than
Yeah.
tank. I mean, he's known as tank support, but he's more support tank himself. But then Team Icon, at the same time, they confuse my head really, really badly. I'm not sure whether that Franco can play into it. Perhaps the Franco, the hook works in him because he has a recent, if I'm not mistaken, a recent buff on his fixture of his skills. But at the same time, Zaz, how do they want to play him this play?
Well, he can somewhat be played a little bit offensively, judging from the tanks that they have.
Yep.
So he can do a little bit more damage to his kit, and then eventually, when that Franco manages to pull that hook, Zaz should be able to deal not only damage but just to disrupt the enemies as well. So it's all about making room for the plot to work. But that's a lot of responsibilities coming in from Icon because they want to make sure everything
5
runs
seconds till the
smoothly.
enemy
This is going to be
reaches the battle.
Icon versus Banyak Dragons Game 2. Let's go.
All
I'm
troops
still
deployed.
thinking how
It's
Borneo Dragons is gonna try to penetrate into that fight without any heavy sustainability heroes. At the same time, Team Icon, they have. I'm not sure whether are those the correct heroes that you want to go with. Maybe, just maybe, this is an experimental round. At the same time, they are somewhat taunting Borneo Dragons. They say that, hey, we are doing this unorthodox pick. It's your game to try to take from us.
Yeah, and I think that Zen, I'm pretty sure that he's played a couple rounds of Zaz by himself, whether it's solo queue or it's secret practice scrims against some other teams. But this is going to be all noob catching out Unta in the jungle. That's going to be some jaws coming out from the Martis. They're still chasing in. Unta's got to run for his life. Oh no.
4 people there. Oh wow, he's able to run away. Unta, you naughty boy. Especially, naughty Grok coming in. Just teasing 4 members there. It opens up so much potential. Look at the top lane right now.
Wow, the rotations are coming in, swinging from the side of Icon, and I can see why they pick all these tanky lineups here, just to make sure that they can actually soak up a lot of damage, and they use Zaz's minions to soak up the turret damage. Borneo Dragons are trading it over a mid lane, and if they can seal this mid lane, it's going to be worth.
And this is where I think Zaz comes into play in a very good situation. He has the pushing power if provided with support from his teammates. The Nightmare Demonic, if not mistaken, Nightmare Demonic, it gives him a lot of power. And no, he goes in as well with Franco as well getting the kill here. So it seems like Team Icon's somewhat unorthodox hero styles or hero picks plays into part.
Well, just earlier we were talking about them not being flashy, they were playing clean. Now they want to try something special here, and I think that they're in a safe spot because they've already won 1 game against Borneo Dragons. But looking from how things are going, this seems to me is all pre-planned, and I gotta give them props because they are so creative. Every week we see at least 1 pick that's off the walls, and got to just try to spit a little bit of that rum, not catching over. And look at Unta though. I think that he's just being a distraction for the side of a Borneo Dragons.
It's a huge distraction indeed, just going behind, proxying the enemy creeps down below, and Come to Papa will get trapped down here. Eudora will kill off Cloud. Off come to Papa, and Franco will get the trade kill on Eudora. Meanwhile, Error with the Franco is going to run away into safety as the rest of members of Team Icon wants to go in for the final blow. Unta with the kill onto Kaya.
You run into the wall, you run onto Grok. This is going to be all noob, still trying to do something here. He can't exactly bring down Unta, can he? Now he's going to challenge him and see what kind of damage output can he put out, but that's not convincing enough. Well, Icon now still having so much goal swinging in their hands, but still kind of like a 50-50, just 2,000 in difference.
Just push upwards, because you know why? We have the pushing power comparing to them.
Yeah, and I think that's what Zaz offers on the table, that extra pushing power. And once the clock comes online, you know that he's gonna spray every single one of these members down.
It looks like Grok got caught off guard, so Unta will be down to the graveyard, and Borneo Dragons will utilize the advantage, taking off the tier 1 turret. Meanwhile, the top lane, you can see that the rest of the members of Team Icon, they want to get this 2nd tier turret.
Well, I think this is working effectively because it's still a worthy trade for them, but they're still trying to do more on the side of Borneo Dragons. But now I will question them because they don't really have too much of all these minions. Oh, Hook almost hitting over onto Miracle, but they're going over onto the high ground already. My oh my, Icon just wanting every single tower that they can get.
So Icon won that battle or the tug of war for the time being in terms of the lane facing and the turrets that they're going to pick up. And a nice pull by there for Error. Unfortunately, there's no follow-up. The rest of the members will fall back. They have done their duty and stuff. And I find that both teams are using 4-1 rotation, man rotation. But Team Icon has the upper advantage. You know why? Because their solo member is Grok. He's tanky enough to deal damage, to withstand damage. He has the AoE effect as well to kind of kill off the minions right there. Instead of carry is very squishy.
Who commences, but Zen is in trouble. Looks like there's going to be more as Alnu will be focused down by the side of Icon as well. They're chasing in, but that's going to be K getting caught up. Flickers away over on the wall, and the rest of Border Dragons actually have to retreat. Only one member falling in that fight.
One member and one. It's a trade kill, literally.
Yeah.
I want to see how Borneo Dragons respond to this because they can go for team fights, but they need at least all of their members in hand. The pressuring face from Team Icon in terms of the 4-man rotation is very, very significant. You can feel that there's a lot of tension coming in. Borneo Dragons don't really want to overcommit to that, and with this part or this fear, they will lose more turrets, more economy in this particular hand. Like you see right now, tier 1 turret from the bottom lane has been destroyed.
Yeah, and speaking of economy, there is another Lord coming out in 30 seconds over the bot side as well. If they can win this one, but they're still causing a lot of nuisance there. That's one more power for them.
And it seems like they changed up their 4-man rotation. They have Cloud in the top lane just to defend against Bane. And the 4-man wrecking crew of Icon is just continuing on.
It's so scary. Look at all these tanks in front of you. But this is all initiating, and I think that he's really got to back away from that one. That's pretty dangerous. Theaters such as Jawhead as well. That's one more down, and that's gonna be K. Get caught out there in the jungle by himself.
And now here comes the window of opportunity. A lot of chances for them to take and contest for Lord. Meanwhile, Team Borneo Dragons, they know something's happening already. They know something is wrong. The rest of the members of Borneo Dragons will fall downwards here. They want to get the Lord. All Noob will be the first to spot out here. A hook will be missed by Team Franco over here. And it comes in with a base still. Goes aboard. Borneo Dragons will use this momentum to carry forward 2 kills and 1 Lord kill in their favor. This is more damage has been done already from Borneo Dragons. Well played.
Wow! Oh my goodness! I'm lost for words there because Icon definitely could have finished it if and only if the clock was there.
Yes, I do agree.
And somehow, Borneo Dragons managed to snitch that off from the back, and suddenly, Icon still need to defend. They can't exactly do a little bit of that split pushing that we were doing all over the time. Now, this is the thing that we talk about Icon that sometimes they're really not that clean. They look convincing, and suddenly somewhere in between, they kind of threw out that lead, and now they got that lead, and now the goal is even up right now at 23k.
And I did see a dominant ice coming in from Unta, so kind of increases his mana and armor points as well. But I feel like at this moment, Unta and Era, they really need to buck up. Punish them from the bottom lane. The Lord will come in. The demonic nightmare as well. Going back to his cooldown phase as Borneo Dragons will push the turret here.
Now that's 1 turret down over on the side of Borneo Dragons. They are trying to do something here. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Getting smashed right in the face. Flicker is being popped. Like Grok will be able to take that one down with that one last auto attack. One more top lane tower will be able to be brought down as well. 1 Clock of Destiny being purchased by the side of ADZ, and suddenly Borneo Dragons are making a comeback.
A comeback in the 9th minute of the game seems possible in here, but then Borneo Dragons, they have to be careful as well. They are still not that dominant. Let's have to wait for it. But meantime, Era, aka the Franco, will get caught off guard here. It seems like Borneo Dragons say, hey, you know what? They only have 1 more tank left, which is, of course, our dear friend Grok. As the rest of members will now run away. Team Icon back away, retreating. They don't want any BS coming in from Borneo Dragons. Borneo Dragons right now have the driver's seat.
Oh, I really love this, and the longer this game extends, the carry's just gonna get fatter. He's gonna get all those items.
Very, very well fed.
Eudora as well, you saw that deadly catch coming from them, and oh my goodness, speaking of the Bane, and they are getting thrown out. That's Case getting smacked in the middle of it all. He's not down and out yet, as Eudora managed to take 1 member down from members left. What can come to Papa do? They are trying to get all these damage done over on to ADZ. ADZ being dropped down, but Miracle and Gato will be able to slay him. Only Zadnaf alive. Can he hold on to this? He should have all of these minutes to actually stall the game, and he just called that one out. Oh my goodness.
I want to make a complaint, but I feel that it's still early. Let's just wait for the game to go by first, because Team Icon, they lost the war. I feel like the positioning was a little bit. Same time, you have to give credit to Borneo Dragons. They actually made use of any loopholes, or just the exploiting those points that turns out or snowballs into a larger fight. From there.
And you can see main items coming out from the side of Miracle. Main items coming out from the side of Miracle. Main items coming out from the side of Miracle, as well as lots of daggers being purchased as well. There's gonna be old purchase as well. There's gonna be old. The Grog is getting caught out once more. Please don't get slammed right there. We know we got slammed by pillows, but this is not. This is not the right time. And because this is Borneo Dragons, and they're not coming at you with pillows. They're coming with daggers, swords, and everything nasty here. Lord is being very, very well protected, and I guess the top lane will be their one way out, because the
possible, just rotating from time to time. The team is just waiting for the right moment. When can we contest this Lord?
Yeah, and just making sure that every single criteria is met. Now, every single minute was having reset.
Oh, nice hook over there. That was a predictable one. Unfortunately, All Noob is just gonna flicker that out.
I think that's the second time in a row that he's getting caught out by the hooks once more. And looking into Error, he really knows how to play all these skill shot champion, all these skill shot heroes coming into play.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be Error.
A little bit of Error, since I know him from the tank perspective. But anyways, we're going to talk about that later onwards. It seems like now this is the opening that they need. They will contest for Lord. The rest of the remaining members of Team Icon, what are they going to do? Lord is down to 60% HP. Franco is able to get a kill with the help of Error there. As now they are going to retreat. They're going to reset Lord and putting in more damage. Zaz comes in with the kill of Kaya. And it seems like Borneo Dragons winning this round has turned into an equalizing zone. Now, interesting fact about Error, speaking of that, his best player or his best hero is actually Franco. He actually has, if not mistaken, a 79 or a 69% win rate with Franco itself, his main player.
Wow, that's quite impressive, because it's really hard to pull out. But I can see the reason why, because he lands those hooks really, really well. Now, looking into itemization, the Jawhead is slowly getting all these big damages done as well. But we have to keep an eye out on carry. My oh my, she's finished with that Divine Sword.
And the Golden Staff, if not mistaken.
Yeah, the Golden Staff, the key item, alongside with the Demon Hunter Blade, Wings of the Apocalypse, as well as Endless Battle for the side of.
It's gonna give you a very, very well damaging carry. I feel like this carry, she can just go one-on-one solo with a lot at any time soon.
Mortality in the hands of Gato. Now, I think they're ready for a fight. Once more getting caught out. That's gonna be All Noob, but Melee retreats. So, wise decision. K also gets himself another immortality as well.
It seems like the team of Borneo Dragons, they know that they aren't going to win the battle of sustainability, so they need to get items such as immortality to run with the flow to sustain in the game as much as possible. At the same time, Team Icon, they want to contest for this lot. K is there, he's just waiting for the right time in forwards. He's going to use the Divine Judgment as Eudora kills off this Franco. Caught, managed to get the kill again before Martis trading off the kills. The rest of the members of Team Icon and Team Borneo Dragon, it will be Team Icon's Lord in hand. And then Jawhead kills off the members, only leaving 2 versus 2 of Team Icon and Borneo Dragons FV. But then the battle of the Lord has been won by Team Icon.
My oh my, I thought that Borneo Dragons actually stole it away, but they managed to pull it off at the very very last second, I believe that the retribution coming from Icon was just clear cut. Now, Gato should be able to deal a lot of damage over onto the minions, but not the Lord, though. He's actually dying to the Lord.
Oh, Gato trying to run away with that little bit of rum. Okay, Hero, he flickers out here, but Unta. Hero, he flickers out here, but Unta.
Top lane or the mid lane, they have to choose between one, and the mid lane will be the primary focus there. The Spare being bought up by Martis as well. A lot of offensive items for the Martis, but can they actually shred out the tanks just in time? Because the main target here is Come to Papa.
Oh, nice move by Arrow with the hook shot, and this opens up window opportunities for the rest of the team. K will be the first to fall onto Zaz. Numeric, demonic over here comes into play, and now here all comes in. Team Icon will start the war. They want blood. While Team Bono Dragons, they will get the trade kill of themselves as well. Trade kills coming in for Jawhead and of course Martis as Claude ended the rest of the main members, leaving only Carry alone. But Carry without a tank, without supporters, it's not enough to do much damage as Team Icon will walk away with that victory.
Congratulations, Team Icon finally sealing the game. Very messy, especially when they lost that first Lord. It looks like everything is slowly going over on the hands of Warrior Dragons.
Correct.
But they redeemed themselves with the second Lord. Now let's have a look into some of these scores here. Come to Papa, the MVP once again, with 5 kills, creativity, the way that they strategize, and overall macro play.
Yes.
Macro mechanics was how Icon took game 1 as well as game 2.
I give Era a little bit more credit on there because his skill shots on the hook was really on point. He managed to catch off guard. His game sense using Franco was really well. Now I would like the time I nearly wanted to make a complaint on Team Icon. They weren't really focused in the team fights. They were losing team fights, and of course they were getting off guard by Borneo Dragons, but at the same time, they managed to pick their momentum up. They got the Lord. From there, they are able to respawn at the right timing of the Lord when he marches onwards to the base. Split pushes all the way through the turret. And with that one hook, just pulling everybody, just killing off everyone. That was great.
Now let's have a look in some of the early fights that we had. This 2 kills coming in straight into the hands of Icon. They have so many members backing each other up, and I just love those early game plays because Icon looks so clean. Until to this point where they sort of kind of traded there, they catch Come to Papa, and then eventually K will fall down. But Erido, he flickers out in time to make sure that everything is a Gucci. And look like Case, he's gonna get slammed dead.
They had the momentum. They want to start something off, but the starting of the game was a little bit shaky for them. Until, of course, the Lord steal, which I think this is the case. Bane was the one using the deadly catch. Correct me if oh no, it's the cannon. It was the cannon. Oh, the deadly catch was the cannon. I think it's a cannon.
Like it.
It's a cannon. It's a cannon. Yeah. Correct. It was the cannon that first comes in, and then the deadly catch comes in too as well to sweep off 2 kills and the Lord kill itself.
And I feel like Ota shouldn't be here. This is where they kind of lost the fight. They tried to push in Case, but every single Borneo Dragon members were ready to just crash right in. Look at Martis making plays from behind, zoning off the rest of Icon, as well as taking them down so low that Eudora instantly gets a double kill.
A double kill indeed. And this is where the scary part comes in. Team Icon was so pressured, they were pushing the lanes here. But then they still keep their composure. Look at this, able to clear out. Franco was, I think, able to clear out Eudora because Eudora, I think, wants to end Lord's life. But at the same time, denying her that, and now they got the Lord back, and it turns, it equalizes the ground already. Basically, Team Icon can come back and take the game using Lord.
Exactly, and I think that overall, from the side of Icon, they know how to play the map, they utilize it very well. Just that team fights.
Here's the skill shot over there.
That was really beautiful. Look at that. And K, he's all the way up front. The rest of
don't have much sustainability. They all purchase immortality, but the problem is the immortality couldn't do much. It is not as impactful. Normally, immortality is something like, let's say if we were to lose the war, and we will go back as soon as possible after we were given the second chance. But normally, that is the war that you initiate. it's not the war that get initiated on you, because at the same time you have to remember, oh, I don't have any more turrets, I don't have any more cover. People can just take the Nexus base from me, so they are losing in the end, in the sense that it's not a very productive immortality.
I agree with you there. And they bought it pretty early into the game.
Yes, correct.
Like,
which is,
do you think they will be better if they could get something like Berserker's Fury on that bane?
I feel like they are testing out as well that lineup. I feel like they should have gotten a primary tank like Minotaur or Archive to at least, or maybe High Loss, the tankiest tank over there, to maybe complete their lineup. But hey, it's just an experimental round and see how. Congratulations to Team Icon MY and GGWP to Borneo Dragons FB. You guys can try again the next series in hand as we move on to the team standings. The team standings are actually ready already, so maybe Contra, take it away.
Alright, and Asia Saiyan remains as the top seed here with 12 points in hand. Icon still has one more game to play because Asia Saiyan has played 5 matches already. They are on 4. That will make them onwards. They had the momentum. They pushed it all the way. They first lost 2 games in the first week, but they came back swinging with 8 total victories and Flash Tyrants earlier on against Traders. Dragon, Mystic Verdant as well.
Yeah, and of course the bottom 3 will be Cyan Reborn, We Own World, and Bigatron SG. They have to pick it up as fast as possible because we are already in week 3. We still got 3 more weeks left, and these 3 teams, if they want to compete